Hello, everybody, and welcome. We're D&D Boyband, a group of dorks that all like to play D&D Pretty Boys, because apparently it's not fantasy unless everybody's hot. This is an original D&D campaign set in the critical role world of Exandria, taking place 10 years after the events of CR1. Whilst the Council of Tal'Dorei deal with the aftermath of that campaign, tensions are growing within the heartlands of Tal'Dorei and deep beneath the ground. I'm Dungeon Master Jamie, and joining me tonight are the Spice Boys. Let me introduce Clued as Rasha, Eski as Zug, Sai as Aku, Luke as Ascor, Lauren as Ghost, and Erin as Haydn. Last week, the group travelled to Rai'shan to meet Ghost's family, and after a relatively tense dinner, where they attempted to extract as much information about their enigmatic colleague as they could, they then retired to their rooms, where Haydn sent people off on a series of missions, culminating in Rasha and Ascor attempting to contact Ghost or Elenia's brother Roman using the sending spell, at which point Rasha was psychically assaulted. We left the session with Ascor having returned stolen quite a few books from Roman's room, and with Aku dreaming of both Ghost and Roman and the purple star that has recently been plaguing his dreams. We left off with that happening and Ascor and Rasha about to discuss what they wanted to do with the books. So, Spice Boys, what will you do?
So we're not in the
Remember
dream
rightly.
sequence.
No, so I'll probably redo the dream sequence in a little bit to remind you all, but you guys take a step back. You are talking to each other about the books. I'm just going to try to fix my camera ever so slightly.
No worries. So I think, was it just Ascor that came to the room, not Rasha?
Was it just Ascor? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just me, you and me, Luke. Okay, so hold on a second. What exactly is this? Did you go to Roman's room? Is this from Roman's room?
Yeah, we spoke to their mom, and okay, we stole the books.
There's so much irony in what you've just said, but I'm gonna let it pass for now because this is not the focus of what's happening right now.
Look, do you want the books
yeah,
or not? We need
Yeah,
to
of
find out what's
course,
going on.
of course I want the, just give it to me. And he reaches out and grabs the book and has a flip through it. And what kind
Which
of book
one
is
do
it?
you grab? So there are two
Oh.
books. One has a series of drawing of constellations and stars on the outside, and along with the purple star. And the other one is a book called Far Realms and the Beasts Beyond.
Oh, screw that. That's like a library book. I'm looking at the purple star book for sure.
Okay, so as you open it up, kind of it through, a lot of them you very quickly realize it's a dream journal, and a lot of
Roman?
the dates kind of correlate to when these dreams happened, and you kind of know that there's like a couple of lines like things in it that don't really make any sense to you, and it's like memory 1 and then an alphabet, so A, memory 3, C, memory F, 20 question mark, and like there seems to be some things, so like numbers are like the memory's never reused, but there is a unique system there in the sense that like memory A seems to belong to 1, 2, 3, or 4. So there's a 1A, a 2A, a 3A, but there isn't like a memory. Yeah. So does that make sense?
Not at all.
No,
I
no.
would need
Okay.
to read that.
No. Okay. So the idea is that there's like the memories seem to be labeled, and then there's another number afterwards, and the memories can be repeated. So you can have memory A1 and then memory A2. So there seems to be maybe the memory, like, roll an investigation check to try to figure out what the hell this
I was
means.
about to ask, like, I'm
Yep.
too dumb to understand, but maybe my character understands, and then you can just explain it how he understands.
Does anyone else feel like the meme with the maths going on? The
I know,
trigonometry?
yes.
Pretty much.
Investigation check.
Yes.
Good thing I'm good at those. Oh! Natural 20. Starting off the
Okay.
stream good.
So it's very clear that the memories seem to be being grouped, and distinct memories all seem to belong to an identifier. So whatever 1 is, it seems to be linking multiple memories together, as with 2, as with 3, as with 4. So
Okay.
you've got 1A, 1B, 1C, and those all seem to be connected in some way. That's what you kind of get from reading this book. Some of the dreams are intensely boring to Haydn. There are stuff about talking about kind of dreams of growing up, or kind of very dreams that you don't really understand, about places you've never heard of, like Bazazan is mentioned. The dreams towards the end are the ones that really kind of, as you're kind of flipping through and thinking that's just kind of a dream, that's, doesn't seem relevant. It's the one towards the end where there is a mention a couple of times of the initial kind of purple hue to some of the dreams. And then towards the end, the pages actually change slightly. They're no longer just stories and the stream diary. There are kind of constellations being drawn, and kind of that they're labeled a little bit as well. And they all seem to have the same identifier on them, which is 6. So it's like 6A, 6B, 6C. And that goes on for a while. And the constellations seem to almost slowly fill out, and they almost seem to, towards the end, transfer over between pages, so the drawings continue.
Oh wow.
There's also maps that are drawn, and the constellations. You don't know. I don't think you know much about the constellations, or would you? If you wanted to make a history check.
Yeah, sure. I'll give it a bash. Haydn never directly studied constellations himself, but one of his close friends did, so he might have some like passive knowledge from listen to them natter on about stuff. Oh no. Never mind. Swings and roundabouts. I had a nat 20 for my previous roll, but this was a nat 1, so
There's like lines and dots, and you recognize Catha and Redus, which are the 2 moons of Exandria, occasionally. So you kind of get from that.
okay, like
There
the
is also
Exandria equivalent of the Little Dipper.
What was
then
the name of the first one there, Jamie?
Catha, Catha.
Alright, okay.
It's
And
all about
Redus.
Rodus, man.
Rudis, yep. And they seem to be coloured in, and then there's occasional, like, with your 20, you don't really know what it is. There are mentionings of the star, and the star is always very far off.
yeah.
Kind of a lot of the rings and constellations, and again, you don't know what the lines mean because you're old a natural 1. But it's always separated, and it's not connected by any lines to anything else, whereas others are.
Okay, hold on. When I get completely stumped by these lines, can I at least show this to Ascor and see if he has any better clue? Because like I think naturally I'd be like, what the? Oh, is that the Little Dipper? Or no, that's not what it's called. And then I'd be like, Ascor, do you recognize these? I think they're constellations, but I don't know if they're even
Ascor's kind of
important.
just like in the corner of the room, leant against the wall, sort of like looking at his eyes, and you might seeing glasses and just sort of playing with them. What? You've been quiet for so long. I'm frankly losing interest.
Oh, sorry. Wait, how long have I been reading this book for? Couple minutes, or? Anyway, doesn't matter. And he folds over the page and shoves it under Ascor's nose, and he's like, "Look at this. Do you know what
Now,
this is?"
Jamie, yes, go ahead. Now, Jamie, I remember making a history check. I remember that, so I've made notes. I made a history check based upon Rasha's dream. Rasha shared information about a purple star in the dream.
Yeah.
I've made notes based on that. It says, so there's notes of tribes and people who occasionally reported seeing purple star, worshipped by sects as an alternative to when the gods fell. Offerings were offered to it in lieu of the gods. It was occasionally used as a guiding star if it could be seen, and mentioned as featuring in astrology, where people believed it could predict the future.
Yes.
So, with that knowledge, is anything Haydn showing me or pointing out to me? Is anything kind of resonating?
I mean, so you should make a history check. I'd say DC will normally be higher if you're making a second check, but obviously it's lower with all that information. And if you're wearing the Eyes of the Geboleth, the mask, you do technically have double proficiency on these.
I mean, also, I rolled a 1, so it can't get much worse than that.
Yep.
Cool. Let me see what my attunement is saying. Yeah, actually, I'm still attuned to it. That's crazy. Let me just double check that. I may have too many things attuned. Yeah. Yeah, magics have been using Hat of Disguise, I probably would have lost the tune on it.
Oh,
So,
darn it.
just straight
roll.
check, okay? With a favorite DC. It's a 9. Let's burn Ascor's 3 points. Using,
Why do we suck?
you, Tasha's... I don't know. I suck. But I got the magics to back it up. So I'm going to use everybody out there. It's called Magical Guidance. You can burn 1 sorcery point to re-roll a d20. You have to reuse the roll. So let's burn that point and re-roll that street check.
Okay.
Oh, baby. It's an 18.
Oh,
18.
nice.
Okay. So, with your education and your background, one of the things you probably would have learned is astronomy. And very quickly, kind of the earlier drawings are obviously fairly accurate renditions of the kind of surrounding stars, spatial orbits, systems. And that's what the lines are. They're essentially the orbits of all of these celestial objects. With an 18 as well, kind of looking specifically for the purple star, you notice that it is drawn multiple times. And every time it is in a different celestial place. So it's not, always slightly to the side of this star. There's no lines indicating that the orbit is unknown, and its position changes from like the very tip north to like the very south to the east. And that kind of melds a little bit with what you heard before. It was used as a guiding star, and it often by like different people to go different places, which obviously in a solar sense doesn't quite make sense. So what like Roman's drawings and scribbles here seem to be indicating that he is trying to, or was trying to, track the location of this star in some way, or at least record what he saw in his dreams as the location of this star, and it was constantly shifting, if it's to be believed.
Paul, what do you know? I do remember a few things from astronomy. My teacher was so old, I never took him seriously. Why would this ever be useful?
Well, now's the time.
Yeah, it seems like this Roman fellow was trying to, I suppose, map the stars. Don't really move, do they? This one seems to be moving.
Well, I don't know. I clearly did not pay any attention at all to astronomy, so
That's okay. You've only had a peasant's education anyway. It's fine. You can't expect any more than that.
yeah, kind of. But okay, so stars aren't meant to move. The star is moving. He's been tracking it. What does that mean for us? Or for Aku, I suppose? What do you think?
Well, I don't know. I can't be the answer for everything. I can only know so much. Jamie, would there be any sort of deduction Ascor might make from learning that?
Yeah, so with both Haydn's investigation previously and you kind of looking through it, sorry, I think my video turned off, or did
That's
somebody?
fine.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
We're good.
So
I'm the DM now.
I know.
Yeah, you got promoted.
Let me...
So yeah, with kind of at the rest, there are not like markings and instructions, all of this, and it seems to be, again, it's labeled, and the scribbles around it start off as kind of scientific, like seem to be approximately this distance. There's a kind of like story was this far, but they get increasingly convoluted. About towards the end, it says almost like feels like burning is one of the labels. Further down, it says believe I saw during daylight. The scribbles and the drawings around this are actually similar to the ones that you've seen. That well, at least a couple of them kind of walking through darkness with the star being far above you is similar to what you will remember Aku told you about, and those couple of last stories are kind of eerily similar in this book. Alongside that, you have there's kind of a thing at the top which is like it just says maybe linked 6 to 5, and then this is all the natural 20. So along with that, there's also a need to consult with, and then that seems to be scratched out.
Okay, so we can't see the person that Roman wanted to consult with.
No.
If I Is it what is it scratched out with? Is it scratched out with pen?
The
or-
same, yeah, so it'd be a quill, and it's scratched up with the same ink.
Can I like try and see if I can like take a bit of graphite from my bag or something like that and like gently dust over the back of it and see if I can like try to reconstruct like maybe who the name is?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for a
Sleight
I'd
of hand.
say,
Sleight
yeah.
of-
Would it be sleight of hand?
You know you
It
want
might
you,
be.
you know you want
Maybe.
sleight of hand, Jamie. You know you want it.
Well, what's the check?
Such a
What was it?
power game, Erin.
It's a dexterous feat.
I have a
after
very
all.
specific set of skills.
It includes just sleight of hand.
I would say go ahead, make
You
a sleight
roll
of hand.
natural
This is a delicate task.
Okay, so Aiden takes the book over to the desk and he sits down on this chair and he gets his graphite out and he very, very carefully he rips out a piece of paper from his own actually no, he doesn't do that. He just does the back of the existing pages written on. So he very, very gently tries to dust the charcoal over it. And that is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, so there's not been any great secrecy in attempting to get rid of it. It seems to have just been scratched out. And the what you see, sorry, I'm just gonna find it up, is needs to consult with the name is Kannoth.
How do you spell
K-A-
that? K-A-
Kannoth.
Kannoth. Okay. Need to consult with Kannoth. Ascor, I'm assuming you don't know who Kannoth is. It's not some sort of politician that you might have heard of or something like that. I clearly
Amy?
don't know.
Roll a history check.
I mean, I'm just from the sticks with
It's a
not
dangerous
proper
game,
education,
Ryan.
so I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Sorry, as a noble, I get proficiency in history.
Ooh.
See what happens. It's a grand old 8.
Nope. You know nothing.
Alright. Okay, well...
Ascor just looks at you, doesn't really say anything.
Who would we ask? I guess we could ask Ghost because he's most likely to know people here, but also if he catches on that we snuck into his brother's room and
Ascor
stole
takes
his
off his
stuff.
eyes of minute seeing and looks at you and goes, I don't think you realize what it is we're trying to do here.
I don't, so why don't you
I
explain
think
it to
you
me?
need to get your head in the game. Okay?
Okay.
We're trying to find we're going behind Ghost's back.
That's what I'm saying. We can't ask Ghost. But he is the one who's most likely
We
to
don't
know.
even want Ghost to know what we know. I think it's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Why would we have found out about a Kannoth?
Yeah. I wonder if there's like... Wait. Hold on. You spoke to Ghost's mom earlier. Mirror is her name, I think? Anyway. Did it go okay? Did she give up information willingly? Maybe you could go back and ask her, like, maybe not tonight. It's pretty late now, but tomorrow?
Look, we can try. We'll have to find privacy once again to do the same thing, but man, I don't know how susceptible she'll be to a similar suggestion. It was quite traumatic for her, I believe. Rasha was racked with, I don't know what, something that took hold of his mind, and he was bleeding from his face.
Shit, is he okay?
Well, he seems okay, you know. But I don't know if this healing magic, does it? Can it heal the mind and the soul?
I think those are two different types of injuries, but as long as he's not bleeding out of his eyes, did you say?
Well, let's just say Rasha's a simple fellow. If there was any reorganization upstairs, I think he'll probably fare better than most.
Yeah. Haydn agrees with Ascor, but if Ascor used any sort of insight on him, he'd probably quickly recognize that Hayden's like, don't say that about Rasha. I like him. Anyway.
Ascor's not looking backwards, he's looking forwards.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, you know, you're totally right, Ascor. Okay, well, are we gonna keep this, or should we try putting it back?
Let's keep it.
Okay.
I think it'll be just as much trouble getting it back there. And I think there is a level of trust we've built with Ghost's mother. I think we can hold on to this for a little while. She knows it's a secret and need to really bring this matter up in front of Ghost. We have a surprise plan for Ghost, let's say.
Okay. Alright, I will try hiding these then. And we'll have to reconvene with the party in the morning and try to figure out who this Kenneth is. Maybe speak to Aku about whether these notes in this journal are lining up with the dreams he's had so far. And try to find a time to do this when Ghost isn't around.
Well, that's what I mean. What time anyway? Jamie, do we have any sense of what time it might be in the evening?
Given that everyone's gone to bed, you guys are sneaking around, and Mira was certainly asleep. Mara was certainly asleep. I'd say midnight-ish. Your body clock kind of telling you.
Do I have a sense of what time we agreed to rendezvous?
I believe you were asked to be woken up at around 8.
Oh, as a full caster, better get to bed. Yeah. We'll deal with it in the morning.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good night.
So, Zug, you've been unwell this entire time. So when you wake up, this will be kind of you arrived at the house. You were taken to the wing, and everyone else for dinner, and you weren't feeling great. So when you wake up in the morning, all these events will need to probably be explained to you. However, the rest of you, you complete a long rest.
Oh, wait. I have
divination.
Divination I wish to do before we sleep. Yes. So in his room, Rasha is standing over his wash basin and probably wiping streams of blood from his eyes, his nose, his mouth, trying to tidy himself up. And he kind of crumples down onto the floor, takes his holy symbol, and just sort of, it melts in his hands and starts spinning around, and it kind of expands outwards and creates this gold little sort of ring. And kind of hands sort of lightly intersecting it, he casts divination. And as per discussed on the other thing that's not Kaifon related, he is gonna clear his throat and sort of shakily say, "Oh, Gib, hello, sorry, I'm in really a lot of pain, so this might not make much sense, but we are going after this body of Vespin Chloras. We need to know what is protecting this body. What dangers are we facing if we go?"
The remnants of both. So they're like, yeah, again, they're kind of, it swirls around, the warmth kind of urges you, and that voice that you've heard in your head that has comforted you and understood you since you were a child, says, the remnants of the calamity, forces and creatures that feed off that energy, and the gifts and guardians of the Wildmother.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is actually really descriptive. Thank you, Gab. That is, yeah, okay. Actually, sorry to bother you, but I have one more. And he's gonna repeat the spell. And this time he's just gonna ask.
Oh, I'm gonna roll a D100 for you.
Kaifon. What is that? What is Kaifon?
Sorry. I'm gonna get out my percentage dice and roll them. I'm going to use my system.
Is it the second cast or is it the third cast?
It's if you cast a spell 2 or more times.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to use my system of percentage dice rolling.
What is that clue? I don't know that rule. What is it?
So if you
Okay.
cast, so divination is ask your god some stuff. It has to be truthful. If you cast it 2 or more times before finishing your next long rest, there's a cumulative 25% chance that you get a random reading. But I have 4th level spell slots left, so we're gonna ask Geb some stuff.
Okay. A child.
A child.
A creature that created the one I guard.
Wait, what? He said what? It's a child? Wait. So
A being that could use the key of stars.
wait, what? He kind of says, and just his hands fall to his lamp and goes, "Oh no, I don't have any power left, Geb. No, you have to explain more than that. Do you have anything?" Ugh. And he's just going to, I think, sit on the floor for a little while, head in hand, just massaging his temples and, you know, wiping off any extra blood streaming from nose and eyes. And eventually make it to bed, maybe. But Jamie, can we just have a recap so I can make a detailed log of that in my notes?
Yeah.
Well, luckily
So-
we have a VOD.
So he said it is another child of the creature that birthed the thing I guard.
The what? The what guard?
So
It's
another
like
child.
his sibling, his shitty
Yeah.
star sibling? Bruh.
Yeah, it's a shitty star sibling of the Avalith Queen, is what that essentially means, or the same being created them both. And it also said that it is a being capable of using the key of stars.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Right, cool. Good.
Cool.
No further questions, Ogeb.
Okay. So, as you guys all fall off, you complete your long rest, and to remind you and Aku of what your dream was last night, or this morning as you're all kind of risen up, Aku, you again stood in what felt like an empty universe. Nothing around you, just kind of the gentle breeze and flutter of some wind coming from nowhere, rustling the bottom of your robe. And again, to you, somebody who's never dreamed before, this is a strange feeling. And looking around, slowly but surely, purple light fills your vision as that huge star appears before you, and there's no heat emerging from it. If anything, that's eerily quiet and cold. It's kind of lashing fire coming off it. Seems as though it should be hot, but it's not. And yeah, you look to your left, and you see the smiling, familiar, although slightly eerily lit, purple figure of Ghost, standing, not staring at you at all, but facing something else. And then you look over and you see that same familiar mold of black mass with what you now know to be Roman's figures kind of illuminating from it. And somehow this figure and mass begins to move towards Ghost moving towards it as well. And you just see Ghost kind of take out a sword and swipe at it. And as that swipe hits the black, it explodes. Your vision goes completely purple. And again, a gnarled wooden hand covers your face, and almost like it's slightly uncomfortable at first, but then it kind of blocks out the purple, and you wake up sweating.
Can I just confirm that you said that Ghost was holding a sword?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the most sus part of that whole dream sequence, honestly.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Aku's experiences before, he's gonna go about his, I guess, morning as usual. Is it in the middle of the night or?
Yeah, it's kind of perpetually twilight outside, but you don't hear any noise from anybody else.
Do we know what's outside, like where we are, like outside the home, the house? Or the
I
room?
mean, you can see there are lots of windows, and you can make out like quite a lot of grand buildings, a lot of fencing, the general kind of landscape of Rashana. What are you looking for in particular?
I'm not looking for anything. I was just wanted an idea of what it looked like, kind of outside the house. But
Yeah, okay. So there's like fairly perpetual, but it's obviously a vast metropolis outside the house. Perpetual night. Again, lots of like a lot of green little symbols. But where you are, in kind of one of the towers, there are lots of other tall buildings nearby. The architecture is particularly kind of sleek and beautiful. It's strange. It's a city that is almost seems to be the wrong colors for what a city should be. Kind of, perpetual twilight, the green and flickering of lights rather than the amber you'd expect.
I'm the DM again.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jamie, for giving me your power.
No problem.
I guess Aku, after waking up from his dream, probably out of sort of habit, would go downstairs. And does he get the feeling he could leave quietly without being disturbed, just to go outside the house?
I think you're all in your individual rooms, so yeah. I think you probably run into somebody, but if you don't know if you'd be stopped or not.
Okay, well he's gonna do that anyway.
Yeah, okay. You have a pretty good idea, because you saw kind of doors open and shut on your way to the dining hall, and are you being stealthy or are you just walking?
I mean, I don't. He's being stealthy, like, somebody walking down a corridor knowing that people in the rooms are asleep, but he's not trying to sneak or anything.
Yeah. Okay. In which case you're not stealthy. You occasionally see or hear people off in the distance, but no kind of mind is paid to you. When you step out, kind of into the fairly warm temperature outside, could you make a perception check around you?
Mm-hmm. 14.
Okay. So for looking around, you see that there's kind of a garden to this place and lots of kind of odd flowers. Not a huge amount of grass, and the flowers that are there are kind of a tinge of yellow, with kind of very dark petals, kind of ivy trapping up a lot of the house. You like looking around. You're definitely on a hill within the city, and there's a perimeter wall made of dull grey, purple tintish stone that bears quite a lot of crests around it, kind of beading out. And you seem to be at the entrance to 4, maybe 5 large buildings here that are all exceptionally well made. There are a couple of guards kind of stepping on the perimeter outside, and you can see kind of manning a few towers along the wall, and a couple of them turn to you. Like, almost because they're about 100 meters away-ish, 150 meters, and just like seem to just be chatting amongst themselves. But there's nobody kind of yells or talks to you yet. You've been noticed having left, but yeah, no one's talking to you.
I guess he's probably just gonna chill in the garden until people start to wake up.
Okay, cool. So you all have a long rest. What are you doing in the garden? Just chilling, or is there anything you kind of wanted to accomplish or achieve?
No, he probably just wants to leave his room. I don't think he has anything in particular in mind that he wants to do.
Cool. Okay. So yeah. So there's like a slight bell and a knock at each of your doors the following day. Haydn.
Oh no.
At your door there is a knock. But instead you hear, instead of kind of what you might expect to be a servant, maybe Belfaran, or coming in, you instead hear the son of Mira go, "Hello?
Oh.
Might I have a word?"
Yeah, 1 second, and he quickly smoothed down his hair in the mirror, and he's like, oh god, and he gets all nervous, and he's like trying to adjust his clothing, and then he walks up to the door and okay, opens the door.
Seconds. Luke, you need to turn your camera on if you can hear us. So yeah, as you see, Mira's there, and she's quite well put together, a little bit stressed. She's like, "Could I come in, please?"
Yeah, of course.
She kind of shuts the door behind us. How was your stay? How was everything? How did you sleep?
It's been fine. It slept great. I'm not used to beds this comfortable, so it's been really nice. Thank you. Can I help you?
Yes. You mentioned downstairs that, and she seems to be keeping her voice deliberately quite low. You mentioned that you deliver things, correct?
Yeah. I'm a certified mailman, delivery boy, courier, whatever you want to call it. I'll deliver it. That's what I do.
It is. Your friends, they did something last night. It worries me for Roman's kind of state, and I don't even need him to possess this necessarily. He needs to be near it. If you find him, could you ensure that happens until he comes home?
Yeah, of course. What is it that?
A means of keeping him safe. It's a very sacred part. Killer doesn't know anything either. I need utmost discretion with this. I'm willing to pay whatever your price is.
Yeah, I can keep it. How big is the object? Is it small or?
Oh, it's very small. It's just a ring with a gem in it. But the gem is obviously special. I give you a magically secured box. Is that acceptable? Is that okay if it's small enough?
A magically secured box. You say.
Yeah.
Can I see the dimensions? Delivery is difficult depending on how.
Yeah. So he takes it out. She takes it out, and it's a relatively small box. It's probably about this sized.
Okay.
So,
is there any similarities to the box that I am currently delivering, Roshana? The Zirkwood box?
Not really. It's very different design, very different to see. Also, kind of, the one she's giving you is made of wood, and clearly, you know it's magically locked. But the other one seems to almost be some weird mismatch, kind of also different angles, concerting, stuff like that. So yeah, this is a very much standard box. It was obviously there's a hook to it that you imagine if it opened, something might go wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and a keychain, but not the nightmarish mess of angles the other one is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's he says to her, yeah, that's fine. I can deliver that to him. I guess it would be can you confirm what the contents are at least, cuz there's a surcharge for dangerous goods.
It's a magical ring.
Magical ring.
That's sufficient.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not gonna explode or anything like that.
Oh, no, not at all.
Okay, good.
If you tell Roman, it's the password is the name of his first pet. So.
Name of his first pet.
Yes.
Cool. I'll also need his social security number and his men's mater's name. No, he doesn't say that. Yeah, okay. Sure. That's fine. I guess I could take half payment now, and I guess when I deliver it to him, he can send you a message, and you can pay the other half then, or something. No.
Sounds fair. How much?
Oh Lord. Jamie, I don't actually know like what would be a good fee for something like this in D&D, and then to be able to know if Haydn would be massively overselling himself or massively undercutting. So
stay really high and then go lower and lower until they're okay with it. That's my advice.
Ghost Family is freaking loaded. They've got like a mansion with a guest wing, so it's not like she's hurting, but also
What's Haydn think his services are worth? What would the class?
probably nothing, knowing him.
Yeah.
Okay, screw it. 120,000 gold.
She laughs a little bit. I think I could send the entirety of Oshana for that.
Sorry, I was just joking. Trying to lighten the mood. You look a little bit stressed. I would do it for 10,000 gold.
10,000 gold is completely fine. 5,000 up front.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. I can do that. Yep.
Just please do not, under any circumstances, allow either my husband or Ilenia to be aware of this.
Okay. All right, I can do that.
Yeah, she hands you the box and kind of goes to talk to Belfron and goes, Belfron will bring you the money in before you leave.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mrs. Everthill. Pleasure doing business. And he does like a little awkward salute.
She looks at you very confused. She goes, best of luck, and I'm sure you will, but protect Elena as well. I hope he's safe.
Yeah, yeah, of course. We'll do our best to keep him safe.
She kind of goes off to leave.
Bye.
Bye.
Awkwardly waves. And closes the door behind her, and it's like, there's a massive sigh, and immediately starts trying to look at the box and learn more about it.
Yeah, go for it. Make an investigation check.
Okay. He's way too curious to wait a second longer. 22.
22. It's a fairly simple wooden box. The latch you've seen before. Kind of it all looks fairly mechanical. Prying it like open ever so slightly at the side, you see a faint shimmer of red inside. And with the 22, with knowledge of traps and everything, you're like, I'm pretty sure if I open this and I'm not supposed to, something magical is going to happen and it's probably going to burn me.
Okay. Fire trap. Nice. I'm just gonna spit off a couple of different pet names and see if any of them just like trigger the opening mechanism.
Yeah.
From a distance, of course. I'm gonna place it on the desk. Step about 10 feet back. And then Spot. Fluffy. Goldie. I don't know animal names. Fido. Do any of the names work?
None of those names work.
Okay. He'll keep trying a couple of like totally like wrong names. And eventually give up and put the box into his bag of holding.
Okay. Yep. So the rest of you probably are all woken up by a knock on your door, and when you walk down, there is a spread of similar-ish foods. A lot of kind of rye bread, butter, jam, all kind of spread out on the table, along with what would perhaps be considered kind of tea or coffee, although it does all taste slightly strange. And you all come down, and I presume Haydn comes as well, and you notice that Zug is up and moving, and also that Aku is not present.
You will have noticed that Zug has already eaten quite at least 3 helpings of food. That was quite a lot on the table, I imagine, though, because
A ghost has probably already sat down there opposite Zug, just smiling at him, watching him eat all the food.
I threw up yesterday, so I need to catch up.
That's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Zug, you have just gotten rid of your mayonnaise belly, and now it is going to come back if you keep doing this.
I'm surprised to see you found a taste for man flesh, Zug.
What? What do you mean?
You
man
know,
flesh?
you know what we eat around these parts.
No, I don't know what you eat around these parts. What do you mean, man flesh?
It is the flesh
Could
of
I-
men, Zug.
Yeah,
Come on.
I,
could
I
I-
understand that part. That's not.
It is
Which
what
one
us
of
What do
Yeah,
you
they
think
can
the
bet.
bacon? What do you think the bacon is?
Man flesh.
I
Man,
want to roll. I want to roll insight on. So just to suss how serious.
you want to roll against my deception?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh.
Where's my
You've got
insight?
Rasha backing up Ghost as well, confirming the drow do indeed eat men flesh.
Fuck off. Plus 6.
That's a 26 deception.
God damn it. I need to not to. Okay, yeah, okay. Well, Zug fucks that up completely.
Yeah, why do you think I'm not eating it? I spent so much time in, your guys' human lands that I realized that, humans are people too. We can't just eat them,
Wait,
know?
He just kind of looks to himself. Do you farm them? How do
Yeah, like cattle.
How have I never heard of this?
Well,
You
I
don't
kept
eat-
asking if you would drink human milk. Where do you think we get the milk from here as well?
Starts just looking at all the food and kind of puts it down. Just like kind of looks solemnly to himself.
No, you've eaten 3 helpings already. We're not forgetting.
I mean, it's probably it's a lot of protein, They get them pretty.
I didn't know. I'm very sorry.
Don't apologize
This
to me. I don't.
This is half cannibalism. This is not okay.
Oh yeah, you're like half human. That's rough. Sorry, I should have told you before you started.
Yes, you definitely should have told me before I started. That is very inappropriate that you did not say anything.
Hmm.
I'm very unhappy.
Ascor was so okay with it, though, really took to it.
Ascor loves it.
Wait,
You-
wait, can
you
I
can
have an
watch him
explanation
come-
as to
Not
why
even looking.
Rasha would be in on
He's
this?
busy. It's his morning meal. He's in his thoughts. He's not to be disturbed. If
Yeah.
anything, he's waved over a servant with his finger and just said,
So
"This
just
butter is
stares in
old. We'll
disbelief
leave you
at
butter."
Is Ascor just tucking into the meat
human
as well?
flesh. You can't eat that. Ascor, it's made of humans.
Don't be ridiculous. You've clearly not got a good taste for these things.
What? No, the ghost just said it's made of humans. You can't eat that. It would be very unhealthy and and immoral and maybe questionably. Well, it's not murder because you didn't kill them, but I mean, eating them is definitely. I don't really know where the law lies on that one.
Ascor's still chewing. He's not looking, not making eye contact. He's just got the handkerchief. He's not like putting food into it. He's just, he's really not fussed about whatever the nonsense people are trying to tell him in the morning. He's getting on. He's having the full
Zug just kind of stares with his mouth open in disbelief.
I'm gonna lean across the table towards Zug. See, I told you.
Psychopaths.
Yeah.
You're all insane. How did I even get here?
What do you mean? How did you even get here? We came yesterday.
On that note of us being here, and why we are here, I have news from Geb, or Geboleth, as you have taken to calling him. I asked him about, the protectors of Mr. Is Ghost family here? Is it just us, or are there other
No,
people?
you've kind of been. They've kind of served you. There's kind of bells left on the table, but you seem to be eating breakfast alone.
The protectors of Mr. Vespin's body. It is what he said. He said the remnants of the calamity and what was it? It was really descriptive. Forces and creatures that eat all of the calamity energy because they are so hungry. And also gifts and guardians of the wild mama. I think mother. Sorry. That one.
Wild mama.
Wild mama's.
Yeah. I mean, isn't that what I already told you?
Well, I sort of, I guess. But calamity things. And, what does that actually mean? Are we fighting dead things? Are we fighting monsters?
I guess creatures born from the energy that caused the calamity and the base arcane kind of magical bullshit, basically.
Zug just kind of stares at his hands and goes, "But we're all monsters here. Who are we to judge?"
But what is this about the Wildmother? Did you mention?
As Zug's having this little melodramatic moment, Haydn just reaches across and stabs his fork into something on Zug's plate and eats it. Yeah, we are. Sorry,
But what was this about the Wildmother? Is that a thing out in these
Oh yeah, there's like a big old tree out there. It's like wild mama's tree.
Wild mamas?
So does this mean he's inside of the tree, or?
Probably. Don't know. Never been there. I assume that's why she lives in the treehouse, like probably how Aku did. Well, if he was here, we could ask him. But
And speaking of Aku, where is he? Has he?
Can I just say, if the smell of food was wafting through any windows, Aku would definitely be back in the room by now.
Okay, yeah. Aku probably reappears looking hungry. But is definitely reappearing through the door out into the rest of the mansion.
Oh,
Rather than coming down the stairs.
speak of the devil.
As soon as Aku appears, Haydn turns bright red and gets very invested in looking at his dinner plate.
Do you know much about the Wildmother, Aku?
Do I? DM?
Yeah, absolutely. Make a religion check with advantage.
Woo!
Ghost is gone.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my camera.
Yeah, mine's flickering weirdly. Seems to be fixed a bit though.
Can I get triple advantage?
How poorly is your roll?
Natural
7
one
and
and
1.
7.
Okay, so
Cool.
Wildmother is a very prominent deity within the Exandria pantheon, and is very much in some ways, the counterpart to Sylvanas, kind of known as Miura. Instead of being kind of the goddess of, in the same way that Sylvanas is kind of the god of the wilds and everything, the Wildmother is more watches over nature in the sense of kind of storms and the weather. She's very often prayed to bring good harvests, grants protection from washing away in the storms, guides the passage of ships. If you think of Sylvanas embodies all the creatures and their kind of various aspects within nature, Melora the Wildmother more encompasses the kind of idea of nature as a force. If that kind of delineation makes sense. But given that role and given how well known she is, that's all you know. There's no kind of more into kind of history or relationships or stuff about that. Yeah.
He kind of like relays all of that to Ghost. Was it Ghost that asked him, I think? Or Haydn? Anyway. And then as soon as he says that, he sits down and starts shoveling food in his mouth.
Ghost's gonna make very, very direct eye contact with Zug, and just like,
Not you too, Aku.
yeah.
Like Aku notice that Zug's looking at him weirdly?
He's just staring at you in disbelief, kind of like mouth agog.
He's gonna look up at Zug and go, "What are you staring at?"
It's made of man.
I guess if Zug actually says that, Aku's gonna like pause his like fork like halfway to his mouth, staring at Zug. And then just shrug and then keep eating.
So just kind of looks a bit uncomfortable, by bit, quite a lot, and unsafe in this
Well-
very moment.
We are all shitting you, Zug. It is all a big lie. You know how we like to, pull our cotton over people's eyes.
Wait, really?
Is it cotton? No, it is not cotton.
wool.
Pulling wool over eyes, right?
Ugh. He looks kind of annoyed. I should have known that you'd lie
Got
to me
him.
again. No, I didn't believe it for a second. I don't know what you're talking about.
I can recognize it because you do it all the time to me, huh?
Yeah, you're pretty perceptive now, eh? I'll have to up my game now.
Yeah, please escalate it.
Thank you for the invitation. Gratefully accept it. Anyway, as we were saying about the big old tree, sounds like super boring, so we probably won't go there.
Right. But what if Vespin is there, then we are just not going there because it is
Well,
boring?
we'll go there if he's not in the other place, because then if it seems like he's at the tree, then that place becomes a lot more interesting, right?
Have you been there before?
Okay.
The tree?
Yeah.
Nah.
How do you know it's super boring then?
It's literally just a giant tree, like boring.
What made it
Yeah.
giant?
Do I believe him?
The Wildmother made it giant. Cool. Wildmother decided to grow a big old tree in the middle of a wasteland. Yay. Boring. There's way cooler things this side of the continent, honestly.
No, but really, do I believe him? Can I check that one?
Yeah, go for it. No one insight checks Ghost. I think was said a couple of sessions ago, and here we are.
Yeah. Well, you guys did not insight check me a lot at this really important point. It's just kind of funny.
You're having a +9 and your total's 12.
Ooh.
I guess
Ghost
the streets
really
is
thinks
boring.
it's boring.
Never been there. It's boring.
Fair enough. Okay, so where are we going first? How long does it take to get there? Can we get there in a day?
We're going to the Hallowed Path. Gosh, it's been so long since I've been there. Do I think we could get there in a day? No.
Okay.
Like 7 days.
It's that far away? I thought it was just outside of Rai'shan.
Yeah, through the Barbed Fields.
I thought the Barbed Fields were just outside stuff. Like a little field outside the city.
We like not hear when I explained what they were, or just like didn't
I don't know the
understand.
geography of this country. It's totally different from back home.
Wait, didn't your mother say we could ride the purple worms or something? Can we ride worms? Is it faster if we ride worms?
Yeah, did your mum say she rides? No, Ascor doesn't even finish the sentence.
So
Rasha just
My
doesn't understand
mother-
what's funny.
said that no one rides the worms. They create the tunnels that people travel through, and no, there isn't a convenient worm tunnel to the Hallowed Path.
Do you do well, I cannot really sit on a horse without crushing it, but do you do other things to ride, or can we go faster? Because Haydn is sort of dying, you know.
Is he?
Well,
Are you dying?
Dying to get there, more like.
Uh-huh. It's
Oh, no,
so
you-
interesting how like you were super gung-ho yesterday about like me and my private life, and how I'm not divulging everything about my private life that you decide that you're interested in, and yet you're secretly dying. You have a secret parcel to deliver to Den Thales, of all places, and we don't even know where you came from, what you do, or what your last name is even. So
I told you all of this the first week we met. I came from Kaimal, my last name is Tokal, and I'm delivering a package because I'm a delivery boy, and you don't usually reveal what's inside a package when you're taking it somewhere.
Then how do you know it's not a bomb?
So Hayden, you hear? Oh, but you are dying.
shut up! And he like immediately like completely forgets that was in his mind and not out loud, and he shouts at his bag of holding, which obviously is where the cucumber is holding.
Focus thing.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. I suppose that might kill you.
Yeah, the one to focus.
The cucumber. Guys, come on, please. Cucumber.
It's probably not very healthy.
We're not talking about the by name. It's the cucumber. We're gonna go make a Greek salad later once we get through the Barbed Fields. It's gonna be great, okay? So
I do not want to eat that salad.
What you
I
say?
just want to put that out there now.
it's when you chop up a cucumber into little bits, and it's destroyed forever.
What's a Greek?
I don't know. It's some.
It's named after the great chef.
Yeah.
You want to
The
chop
great
up
chef
Mr. Vespin's spine into little bits and put it in a salad.
It's a metaphor. It's a
You
metaphor.
say I'm weird?
Look,
You are weird. This is not exclusive. This only one of you can be weird.
That's fair enough. I can't argue that. Okay, so we don't need to go on foot. We can ride Moorbounders. They're like horses, basically.
Will they support, me?
Oh yeah. Yeah, easily.
Oh. Well.
To be honest, like we
Why
could
does
probably
everything
we
in
could
this
we could probably
nation
double up on most of
sound
them.
So impoverished.
what's a Moorbounder?
It's just like a big horse with like horns.
Do I believe him?
Yeah. Go for it.
I thought you were just gonna say yeah, and I'm like, I don't even get to inside check this one. I just
Oh,
believe
no,
him.
you get to roll for it. Yeah.
Why are you so distrusting of me all of a sudden?
Everything is wrong.
Just one thread and it's unraveling.
Yeah.
Night one, you fucking believe me. You do.
It's another nat one. Man, I'm having a shit session. Okay, I used up all my luck on my very first roll. Yep. Okay, cool. Horses with horns. Sounds like a Kryn Dynasty thing. Sounds about right.
Yeah, nothing
Where
to
do
worry about.
we find these horny horses?
I could probably ask around in the stables and see if they have any. If they don't, then, well, they'll be the best people to find out who does have some.
Right. Okay, well, sounds easy.
Ghost rings the bell. Ding, 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 ding.
After some time, Belfron reappears. Is everything satisfactory with your food?
Yeah, Zug loves it.
Glad.
I particularly like that it's not made of people. He says on looking at the ghost.
Just looks at you like.
They're simple
We're
folk.
not-
Really weird
We're
comment.
not savages.
It's alright,
According
Belfrin.
to
They're
your
so
young master here.
they're so simple.
Ascor
They'll
seems
literally
to
believe
know the
everything.
Comment that they're not savages. He goes, May I ask you what milk you use to make your butter here?
Cows or goats?
Yeah, goats. Yeah. Look into that.
It is so tasty. What is wrong with a goat milk? Rasha says, kind of having maybe gone through 3 or so glasses this morning.
Milk is one thing. Butter, it's butter is an institution.
Everything's an institution to you, dude. Anyway, I have a question for you. Can we get some Moorbounders for our travels, please? I promise to bring them back this time.
Now, unfortunately, after your last excursion, Zorth was a little unhappy. I fear 10 years may be enough time.
That
I will
might
see
hold a grudge, though, so,
how many would you need, and I will see if there are any available that are young enough and as yet unbonded.
probably 4 might be enough, maybe? 1 for Rasha, and then you guys can double up and I'll
So
take
looks
one.
up from his meal. No, I need my own steed.
I don't think that you are capable of handling one?
I think as a noble hero, I'm probably one of the very few people who know how to ride.
Actually, you know what? Totally. Can you get one of the biggest ones, the ones with the boldest personality for Ascor? I think that that will match his own noble breeding very well.
And smiles. A challenge for the hero.
A stallion, if you will.
A stallion, he said.
With a very slight curl to his upper lip. Absolutely. I will ask the master and lady of the house if they will be footing the bill, or otherwise, are you willing?
I mean, I haven't cost them anything in 10 years. I don't think that they're going to mind that much.
Very well. Is that anything else? Will you require food for these creatures on your journey?
I guess if you want us to bring them back, then yeah, probably.
Very well.
Enough for
You may
there
want-
and back.
You may want some carts. Where are you traveling? Sorry, how long is your journey?
I'm going to the Hallowed Path.
Kind of gives you a dead-eyed stare.
I promise I'll bring them back this time. Look who I've got, and he gestures at Rasha, look how big they are.
I have so
Zorth may ask for insurance payments. I am sure Kilsra will oblige. Actually, both of the Kithra and Mira wanted to chat with you before you left alone. Alenia.
Okay, I guess I'll come with you now, and then I'll meet you guys later. Probably don't go outside the grounds, just in case you were thinking about doing that. Okay, bye.
As
Okay.
Ghost is leaving, Haydn totally checks out his butt, but he's not actually checking out his butt. He's actually checking to see, is Ghost wearing his bag of holding right now?
Yes, he is.
Okay. It looks like Haydn just checked out his butt and he looks away, but that is not the case.
Yeah, and you notice that the sort of like the ever-present book kind of floating around Ghost. It's weird. You almost get the sense that how does a book notice? But you almost get the sense it's looking at you.
Oh, that's creepy.
I don't like it.
Yeah, you guys forget about the fucking book, don't you?
Yeah.
The book have eyes. Does it like have a face on it, like Grimoire
I
Vice?
never really decided. Yeah, like it has like definite Grimoire Vice like energy in its like personality and like general demeanor, but like I don't think it has a face. No, I think it just is a plain book with like straps and that.
So Haydn just got serious, like stared at energy from this book.
Yeah.
I see.
Whoops. Cool. So yeah, he looks away very quickly, and then accidentally catches Aku's gaze for just a split second, and gets really embarrassed again, and pushes back from the dinner table, and he's like, "Thanks for the food. It was really good." And starts getting ready to leave.
Does Rasha clock this with his 19 insight?
Yeah, probably. Like, Hayden's a little bit uncomfortable.
Hayden, are you really hot this morning? Why are you being so funny?
It's dinner, food. I was really hungry. I was
Does Ascor
really
have something
and
on
now,
his face?
no,
Why are you
I need to go
looking
to the
at
toilet.
Ascor?
I need to go to the toilet. Mr. Belfrin, where is the toilet? Water closet. What do you guys call it here? A lavatory.
The toilet is fine. It should have been attached to your room. Did
Okay,
you have
cool.
trouble finding it?
No, that's fine. I'll go there. Thank you. And he leaves the room
Yep.
really quickly.
I don't think you need to start roll to see Hayden is flustered. Moving on. Very well, and Belfrin kind of escorts Ghost out, and the rest of you leave to your own devices to chat amongst yourselves for a bit. We'll probably deal with that first, and then deal with Ghost going to talk to his parents. So, what do you guys talk about? if
Oh,
anything.
Ascor, those books that you stole last night, what do you know? Update, friends. We are told Ghost's mother that we are organizing a party and we did some things, and I tried to speak to Roman, but I actually spoke to Kaifon and it blasted my mind and I spent all night bleeding on my floor. But we got some books, so
The
that's...
dragon, that's what happened to you.
Yes.
Well, and it happened to the rest of us?
Wait, we didn't catch most of that.
Sorry, I mean, are you okay? You're fine.
Yes, of course I am fine. I have just been mind blasted by a creature from wherever. Oh, by the way, I actually have really secret information on that. Actually, I think I will write it down because I'm a bit nervous about it. No, never mind. But whatever it is, I think it is really powerful, this Kaifon. I think it is like sort of, I don't know, gave me the impression it was like, I don't know, a bit godly, you know.
Ascor turns to Haydn and goes,
Haydn isn't there.
is that something we came across? Oh, well, he turns to the spot where Haydn was. And looks back to Rasha and says, was that a name we discovered yesterday? There were like 2 or 3 names that come with K.
You probably would have been the one who remembered them anyway.
Well, we knew it was called Kaifon
no.
for a while, right? Because of the astrologer and Rising Cape, I think.
Right. Yeah, so in the books we came across a few things. We came across, well, mentions of the star, of course. And you know, something that stood out to me, and it's on top of my mind, is that this star would, well, it didn't seem to adhere to any kind of pattern or, you know, sailors use stars to, I found this fascinating always. They use stars to navigate by night, even sometimes by day. But this particular star, its pattern just seems so very inconsistent.
But it's not a star, is it? It is a thing. Did you
Well,
learn
that's a
anything
very
about what it might
good
be?
point. It seems to be a star and a thing. Well, I said, not really. Only that it's. I should have taken notes. Well, I've got everything. I'll probably just have to say, for the expedience of it, that Ascor recounts everything he learned the prior evening to Rasha. Fast forward.
Okay. Zug, Aku, what do you think about this?
I need to be reminded of what you got told, or what you learned. Something about a star that keeps moving.
So we know it moves, we know it's a living thing, but not very much about it, really.
I can't say I know much about stars. I'm assuming this isn't normal.
Do we think that Roman is inside of it, or because it was? I tried to
Inside
talk
a
to.
star.
Well, I tried to talk to Roman yesterday, and that is when this Kaifon thing, it intercepted the message, and guys, it really hurt. It was really painful. It was, you know, when I tried to scry on him before, it was frightening, but this was, I am not kidding, when, you know, I was bleeding just about everywhere there is a place to bleed, and I do not bleed very often because I have a stone, so.
Is Ghost still in the room?
No.
Yeah, I'm just sat here like,
Ghost just smiles all like,
Interesting.
fascinating.
Where did you go? Did you say? I can't remember.
Belfron asked if Ghost would accompany him, or well, said that both of Ghost's parents would like to speak to him alone before he left.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so as Rasha is talking about that, Aku kind of says, yes, well, I saw Ghost attacking Roman last night in my dream or whatever it is. Seems like for whatever purpose I'm seeing it, perhaps Ghost doesn't want to help his brother.
What do you mean attacking?
Well, he could have just been attacking the black ooze, which was swallowing his brother. But what I saw was that he, with a sword, attacked the black entity with Roman inside it.
You think it is possible for a big star to, I don't know, kidnap somebody? Or from what you are saying, Ascor, Roman had dreams about this stuff for a while when he was still here, which is a really long time ago. Then him and Ghost left this house and they did not come back for 10 years.
Well, that seems to be somewhat consistent with Ghost's dishonesty with his family about his brother and his brother's well-being. The level of contact he has with brother.
Is it possible that, I don't know, something, they were researching the star, trying to find it or something, and Roman got sort of lost, and, I don't know, maybe it reached out its tentacly star, extraterrestrial things, tentacles, and kidnapped Roman? Maybe the kindest interpretation is that Ghost is trying to rescue him, or...
I mean, surely if he was trying to
Maybe.
rescue his brother, he'd tell us about it.
Right, I do not understand why he would not just say this.
And perhaps, might be a bit more interested in doing it.
So wait, you spoke about the dream journal, Asco, but you did not speak about... There were 2 books we stole.
Well, that's a good point. Haydn didn't seem to think it was important.
What
He
is...
said it was just merely a history book.
Aiden is
but
having a really
We
long
haven't had a
toilet
look, if I'm
break.
totally honest.
What is Aiden? Did she get lost, maybe?
So yeah, and with Hayden potentially coming back downstairs, and Ghost going off. Sorry, and that is where we will take a quick break. We'll see you guys in 10 minutes at 22, and yeah, see you in a bit.
Sus.
In a bit.
I'm so sus. Everything is sus.
window, your hands in my hair, Paris liquor, you stole dirty clothes everywhere. It might be stupid, but we don't care. I get caught with you anywhere. Climb in my window, your hands in my hair, Paris liquor, you stole dirty clothes everywhere. It might be stupid, but we don't care. I get caught with you anywhere. I wanna wake and your kisses like caffeine. I pour you in and I feel you flow through me. Don't wanna stop, but we can both sleep when we die. But tonight.
I wanna know all the things you believe, your highs and lows, and everything in between. When you pull me close, that's where I wanna be, right here, you and me. Tell me we're on to something, baby, don't leave me hanging. Giving you all my loving, but how am I supposed to know if you feel the same way, or if you want me to stay? Baby, just give me something. How am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know? It's not too late to tell me how you feel. We've got all day, so show me what is real. 'Cause I don't play no games. This could be the real deal, right here, you and me. Tell me we're on to something, baby, don't leave me hanging. Giving you all my loving, but how am I supposed to know if you feel the same way, or if you want me to stay? Baby, just give me something. How am I supposed to know? We've got all this time, so stop wasting mine. We've got all this time. How am I supposed to know? Tell me we're on to something, baby, don't leave me hanging. Giving you all my loving, but how am I supposed to know if you feel the same way, or if you want me to stay? Baby, just give me something. How am I supposed to know? Look into my eyes and don't be shy. Feel the music in your blood tonight. Feel the rhythm in my bones. What do you say? I don't know. Nah, I can't hear you out, yeah. Follow through the mellow, I can show you the right move. can't help it, but for some reason I feel so alive tonight. Just let up, it's alright. We can just dance out all night. I can't help it, but for some reason I feel that I need you more now. Am I wrong or can I?
We're on in 5,
Bruh.
4.
No, we're on now.
No, we're on now.
I realized the second Erin's
It's okay.
thing
I just wanted
disappeared, I
to
was
do
just
that
like
thing
making
they
wet
do in
chewing
film, you know.
sounds.
You're gonna. It's okay. At least you don't do what like the Carter roll do and like actively throw expletives at Matt to try to get him to mess up. It's just like the worst thing. So everybody,
You're giving
welcome
us
back.
ideas.
So, Haydn, after some time, you probably re-emerge to the party, kind of looking expectantly at you, ready to discuss the night's events as well as some of the stuff that was found out. And Ghost, you are on your way to your parents, and you get led into a Bavarana reading room, where they're both sitting there, kind of eating kind of similar food to what you've seen them both reading. And Kildra stands up and says, "Elenia, I didn't get to do this before. Come here," and he like extends his arms out for a hug.
Hug my dad, obviously.
Kind of embraces you. Goes, sit.
Sure. Is this yeah, okay, yeah. What's up? What's going on? What's wrong?
Nothing. I haven't seen you in 10 years. I thought it'd be nice to have some time, just us. We don't need to speak quite so cagely. Your friends aren't so uneducated and prying.
Yeah, they're pretty unique, I guess, is the kindest way to put it. But it's been fun, so what more could I ask for?
Well, I assume they keep you safe.
Oh yeah,
Powerful, at least.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the big gold one, he can like resurrect people, so it's good to have one of them around.
Ah.
And the nipple guy, he stabs stuff so quick and so hard, like you wouldn't even believe it. And Sug, he didn't have it. Yeah, normally in his normal clothes, he has like one of his nipples out. It's like a whole. I think it's a cultural thing. I don't know.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, to each their own. But they keep you safe, and that's what matters. So what have you been up to for the past 10 years?
Well, I mean, maybe you won't believe me, but really just the same thing I've always been up to. Traveling, experimenting, researching. I went to Tal'Dorei, which is where we came from, and yeah, just getting bits and pieces for, the next big thing. I think it's going to be a big thing.
I'm sure it will. So, you think you're close to a breakthrough?
I think so. I think with what we went some crazy places. Like, I know that it was kind of a faux pas to bring the Wolf guy here, but like he's good, honestly. Like, but we went to his hometown and really saw some shit. But
wow,
they're so crazy, Dad. Honestly, like, yeah, no, you told we hear in school and stuff about them, but like they're like properly.
Some, I'm sure, haven't fully embraced it, but sadly, even sometimes when you're forced into something, it becomes part of you. Generations of pain and suffering.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. It's
But
not
we are lucky.
very. I'm so glad that I didn't grow up having to fuck spiders. I'm like so glad.
You got laughs at that. Yes. Well, fuck spiders, but in a different sense.
Yeah.
So,
No, I think.
anything I can report. So
That joke.
Well, I think I'm on the precipice of what I was trying to achieve when I was back home. I mean, 10 years is a lot of time to make great strides, but if I can, if this works, and that's part of the reason why I'm happily taking these guys out into the Barbed Fields, because I feel like it's the only safe place to, you know, try and manifest this energy. If it works and it's safe and it's stable, then I can bring it back and write it up in marble tomes, and it'll probably take me quite a long time to write it up and even replicate it. I'll probably need a team when I get back, but
You'll have all that you need. I look forward to hearing about it. I am sure that when he returns, Roman, there's definitely like a questioning there. Will be very proud of his younger brother.
I couldn't have done it without him.
Well, that's good to hear. See, Mira? It's fine. Mira kind of looks at you, and you can. Could you roll an insight check?
Oh, Mom! Not very good at insight. 13.
Yeah.
Imagine
you know.
checking your parents.
No, yeah, it's just like a general bit. Like
Well,
you
he
can
had to get it
tell.
from someone.
You can tell. You know your mum well, and you can tell that she's like a little nervous, a little worried, and she kind of like smiles, and I can't wait to see him again, and I'm glad you're here. You can tell that there's something she probably wants to say, but is either not like scared or worried, but thinks maybe now's not the best time.
Ghost just probably assumes this is her worrying about him going back out there and potentially not coming back for another decade. So it's just like, it's fine, Mum. Like, I've never gone out there with a team like this before. And they need to actually come back here anyway to do some more stuff. I mean, I don't know what they need of what, like, Haydn, the blue hair guy, he needs to go to Denthalis, right? Like, good luck. But yeah, like, we'll be back. It's not going to be like last time. Don't worry about it.
I'm sure you will. So, tell me, do you still have your companion? Is he here? She kind of like looks around.
Oh, Ghost like undoes a strap on the back of his belt where the book's attached.
I always thought it was an odd form for a familiar. I always preferred a bat myself, but
It's a familiar?
Well,
I'm not there.
That's kind of. Sorry, Mum. I know this is kind of mean, but that's kind of basic.
No, I know. You kids.
No one ever suspects it. It's, it's just crazy wizard shit, and I like to keep that air of mystique to keep people guessing. Like keep people on their toes.
Well, you've always been special, and well, Bertrand here did let us know about your request at the Moorbounders.
Is that okay?
She looks at Kiltera, then looks back at you. We have, although we think it is best that your friends perhaps cover Zorth's insurance cost. We will happily pay for yours as well as all the standard fees, but
he
doesn't believe he's getting them back.
He's going to inflate the insurance cost, though.
It's 20%. We're paying for yours.
Fair enough. I think, considering I brought them here for free instantly, they can't really complain. So,
it would be about 100 gold each, I think.
Cool. I'll let them know.
And I believe there was a special request for the that.
Oh yes.
Yes. They also take some time to think about what they wish to name them. Obviously, that's part of the bonding process.
I'm sure they're going to come up with some crackers.
I'm sure, and just remember that Moorbounders don't really bond twice, so that's.
I'll try and explain that to them. I don't think they're going to get it though, so I think it's easy just to tell them to just like they'll do it on the night, they'll see, they'll learn by doing.
I'm sure. Well, I'm glad to hear that your studies are going well, and glad to hear that friends are powerful and they're going to look after you. I know that the magic that you and Roman investigate is powerful and dangerous. And if you need to do it here rather than there, is there anything we can do or provide?
I mean, it's our job to try and make this less dangerous for everyone else. It's part of the process, man. It's fine.
It's good. Well, I hope the ring serves you well. Think of it as 10 birthday presents, Wolf.
It certainly will come in handy, that's for sure.
She sighs and kind of looks back to Kilver. She goes, I'm sure it'll be fine. You've always been lucky and light-touched. Smiles at you. Well, I hope we'll have this conversation again in a few weeks, and if your friends bring you back safe, they are always welcome here. If you don't come back, they probably shouldn't set foot inside the doors.
That'll be pretty fun.
And I would slaps his arm a little bit, like. So go. It's like, we'll just keep kidding.
Yeah, I would love to try and see them come here without me. It would be hilarious.
Yes. We shall arrange for a carriage to take you to the outskirts where Zorth's stables are. It's probably best if you don't have anywhere else to go, not to draw attention.
Yeah, we did everything before we came here, so they shouldn't need to go out into town or anything.
Wonderful. Well, good luck, and maybe when you come back, Roman can rub Essex's face in it when you have to do your delivery.
Oh, with what he's been up to while he's been away, he definitely will.
Well, was there anything you wanted to ask of us?
If I think of anything, I'll ask you when I get back.
Open line. Whatever you need.
Thanks, Mom.
And she, they kind of like get up and hug you again, and kind of Belfrong kind of escorts you out and begins walking down. Do you say anything to him as you're walking, or look or anything?
Yeah. Oh. So those guys are pretty nuts, eh? But this has been fun for you guys over the last night.
Yes, their late night antics were curious, to say the least.
Sorry, what? Late night antics? Were they like, I don't know, like running nude through the corridors or something, or some other weird stuff? That's happened before.
Yeah, a couple of them were out of their rooms at night.
Oh, interesting. Where were they going?
I believe they were looking. They wanted to talk to your mother. They found her, and I was then escorting them back to their ring.
You didn't happen to be in the room serving tea while they were talking to her, did you?
I was asked to wait outside, as is my place.
Yeah, and that's why you're the best. So, fair enough. Thanks for letting me know.
I believed you were aware. I was clearly not. Okay, as he escorts you back. The rest of you, as Haydn reappears, what have you been talking about?
Is everyone staring at me when I walk back into the room?
Yeah, absolutely. Haydn, you are so slow in the toilet.
My stomach. I think I'm just getting used to this Kryn Dynasty food. It's a bit different from my humble background.
Yeah, all of this man flesh really, confusing.
Yeah, definitely not used to eating so much man flesh.
Zug looks ahead and goes, I didn't realize as well that a lot of the things in the room weren't edible, that look edible, and apparently they can make you a bit sick if you eat them, so don't be embarrassed if you did that. I did that first, don't worry.
How did you survive the Underdark, but you cannot decide what to eat in a fancy
I just that they had a few decorations that looked like they were fruit, and they weren't fruit. I don't know what they were, but
But
hurt.
suppose you had your jar of mayonnaise in the Underdark.
No, you took the
can't
jar
give
away
that-
from me. I don't have the jar anymore.
Well, yeah, you had it, but yeah, I guess without the jar, then.
Oh, well, we've got a new jar though, and Haydn
get hungry when I'm
reaches
out of
into
sleep.
his bag of holding and pulls out the alchemy jug.
No,
I think it's best if I don't have that.
Hayden, you cannot give him this jar of mayonnaise.
Okay, but if you're hungry, because you know,
No, you cannot.
There's nothing useful you can eat from there.
Hayden, he
I
will
can
not
tell
fit
you.
his.
it's just Hayden goes over to Zug's plate and like uncorks the bit that does mayonnaise and pours out a like little blob for him and recorks it, pops it.
He will be so fat again. The Church of Geb cannot be mayonnaise bellied.
Fat is power.
We
Go
have to
for it, Zug.
present ourselves in a certain way. We cannot be
His power.
guzzling ourselves on mayonnaise.
You said fat is power.
Yeah, it is.
Have I joined up with these guys again, or?
Raw power.
We're just yelling about mayonnaise.
Yeah, I guess Ghost returns.
Is that mayonnaise on the floor, like outside?
No, it's
Huh?
on Zug's plate.
Oh, right on his plate. Oh, you guys didn't
I'm
leave
not
the
a
room.
complete monster. No, isn't everyone still in the dining room?
Yeah, I guess they are. Yeah.
You go to a fancy house and just putting mayonnaise all over the room.
Dude, it's kind
I'm
of rude
putting
to
mayo
put
on the
condiments
floor.
on
I
like the meal the chef prepared specifically for you guys. Like, damn, that's cold, Zug.
Well, I didn't do anything.
He's just feeling a bit peckish for, home comforts. Isn't
You
that
got
right,
the
Zug?
mayonnaise out. It wasn't me.
Slaps Zug on the shoulder.
You know, in Geb's religion, I might have to ban mayonnaise if our second worshipper is addicted to it.
I'm not addicted to mayonnaise. You are blowing this far out of proportion.
I think banning mayonnaise is a surefire way to cut your Geb subscribers down, or whatever they are, cultists down, to like a third.
Look,
Well,
I just
there
want
is-
to make it clear that the reason why I ate the mayonnaise from the jar is because it's the only thing that it made that was food and tasty.
That is
Other
why.
than that, it only made liquid.
What
You
about
can't
honey?
eat
Do you not like
liquid.
honey?
Kind of Zug pauses for a second and goes, I haven't got so much of a sweet tooth, actually. But I probably could have eaten some honey.
That explains your taste for man flesh.
Shut up.
Well, we've got the fork now. I think Rasha, you've got that fork that we can stab into anything and it turns into food.
I do. I'm really keen to.
Stab it into Ascor.
Zug's eyes wide. You have a fork that turns anything into food and you didn't.
Alright. To use an example, I could eat Ascor's raffle right now. But what I am thinking is I might.
What would it taste like?
If there is like a lock or something, I could eat the lock and then, bam, we are in the room. And also,
Where did you
I have
find
had
this
a meal.
fork?
We bought it in the Silver Cut Crossroads. It was.
I think you were distracted by the egg of distraction. You remember
gonna
this
say,
thing, and
you
Hayden
remember
pulls
the
out the
eggs.
egg of distraction and puts it on the
Oh,
table
wait.
and spins it.
No, don't use that again.
Everyone make a wisdom saving throw.
No. As soon as I see the egg, not looking at it.
It's a
Zug's a bit
DC
slow.
13
What?
wisdom saving throw.
That was
Wait,
a
hold on,
23.
My wisdom is +2.
Oh, I'm fine. It's an 18.
Are we near Aku?
Yeah, you will.
I
be.
rolled a 12, you said it's 13, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
No.
So we got 27 with Aku's bonus.
Oh, but if you have Aku's bonus, then I think you're fine, Zug.
Am I close enough to Aki for Aki's bonus?
yeah, I think it'll be sitting around the table.
Okay,
probably close
alright, in
enough.
that case, I'm probably just
Oh,
Just
still rolling
distracted
it,
by-
sorry.
maybe for a few
Wisdom
seconds.
saving throw to see if you get distracted by the egg.
The egg of distraction. Put that thing away.
Does it work on anyone? Doesn't work on. No. Wait, what
Anyone,
about you,
no.
Aku? Did it work on you?
Let me roll.
The egg of distraction.
I would love it
All-
if it didn't work on
all
anyone
hail
except
the
for
egg.
Aku.
Wisdom, right?
Yeah, wisdom
We
Yeah.
saving
all
throw.
have an egg, right? Didn't we all buy an egg?
We all bought
yeah,
an
we
egg,
all
yeah.
bought an egg each.
I didn't
Oh
buy
my
an egg.
we bought-
fucking god!
I didn't
Did you
buy
roll
an
that
egg.
one?
No?
Ah.
Who would do that?
You are transfixed by this egg. It is glorious to behold.
Who got this out again?
Hayden did.
Fuck's sake.
Ghost reaches over to the table and puts his finger on the top of the egg, stopping it from spinning.
No, ghost.
I could just like snaps out of it. Like what?
Fine.
There's
Hayden grabs it and puts
a-
it back in his bag.
carriage outside waiting to take us to the horses.
Oh,
The Horny Horses.
The Horny Horses. Ooh,
Wait, did they just have
I don't
one
really
horn like a
understand. You say there's
unicorn?
going to be a carriage here, but why would we get on a horse if we already have a carriage?
Because the carriage won't make it down the Hallowed Path.
What is the
It's an
Hallowed
upbuilt
Path?
path then, isn't it?
It's like
Right?
the safe route through the Barbed Fields.
Why is it so hallowed? What is it hallowed from or by? Or...
You're asking me too many questions that I don't know the answer to, so let's just go.
That's
Okay.
a change.
Adventure.
It's like, why is the street that you live on called that? You don't know. Does it matter?
You are a
Not
wizard.
really.
Someone
You
gave
are a
them
wizard,
something
and
in
wizards
town.
know lots of things.
No, I know a lot of things about a specific thing. That's how wizards work.
Sounds like an
Alright.
excuse to me.
Yeah.
But like astrology and things.
Well, no, I don't like tell people's fortunes or tell them what color is going to be lucky for them. It's
Huh.
like looking at like planetary alignments and alternate dimensions and harnessing the arcane energy to provide. It's a whole thing that you guys just wouldn't even understand. It's like, would you ask like, how would you explain the technique of your blacksmithing? It's just something that you can't really explain because
Well,
people don't do it. They don't really understand it.
It's meeting what? I actually see your point, yeah. It's really different if you make a nail or a sword or... Yeah, okay, fair. Let's get in this carriage and go die in some fields.
Yeah, no mayonnaise in the carriage, please.
Do you want me to bring the tents?
Yeah, we'll need tents. We'll need everything you brought. Also, it will be 100 gold deposit each for the Moorbounder.
100 gold?
Yeah, that's 20%.
That's a lot of
That-
money.
Yeah, my parents are paying the rest, so you guys are just paying the insurance. If you bring them back, you'll get it back, though.
Okay.
That's cool.
Well,
Wait, so
sounds
wait, are
as if
we...
I was very right when I said you're not from real money.
Huh.
I never said I was, so you're just projecting, dude.
Wait, so are we not coming back? Do we need to pack our bags and like take everything from our room?
Yeah, we will be going. I told you it takes like a week to get there.
Okay. Hold on. And Haydn slips out of the room again and goes back up to his room.
While Hayden's upstairs, Ghost is turns to the other guys. It's like, so you guys were pretty restless last night, eh?
I mean, I
You
didn't
know.
feel so well.
Well, I know you were down for the count, but like, you know, the rest of you just kind of wandering about the house.
Oh, and could you tell your parents I'm sorry for eating their plant?
Eating the what?
The plant. There was a plant in the room. It looked like it had fruit on it. It was a weird flower. It didn't taste very good. He just
Huh.
stares at you.
Ghost just steps back.
Is Zug just admitting to eating the houseplants in his room? Is that what's going on here? Right, okay.
You know what? I've been trying to explain to my parents that I didn't bring like feral backwater people like to our home from a different continent, and yet you're doing everything you can to prove me wrong, eh, Zug?
Tell Dory degenerates.
Anyway, I mean, I'm more specifically talking to those of you who thought it would be totally cool to wake my mom up in the middle of the night and have a chat with her. How did that go for you? What the fuck did I
Hold
tell
on,
you about
before
not
we go
messing
any
with my
further,
parents?
Ghost, I think the way you've just spoken to Zug is frankly condescending. I think it's derogatory to the working classes. And I think you have no respect for actual working people.
Okay. He turns to Rasha instead and completely blanks Ascor and just completely doesn't acknowledge anything that he's just said. And he's like, yeah, so you were like having a chat with my mum in the middle of the night and you didn't ask me to like, you know, go and introduce you or take you to her. You guys were just creeping around and then you got Belfrin to take you there and then you asked for a private audience with her. That's kind of weird, dude. Like, what the hell?
No, it was not creeping. Can you imagine me?
Then why
creeping?
didn't you tell me if you were if it wasn't creeping?
I spoke to Geb, and also I hit my face on the wall because I tripped in my room.
Insight check, because I didn't even ask you about that.
You know,
21?
Medical help.
Rasha cannot fucking lie.
No, Rasha can get a natural 20 here.
Yeah, true. Go for it. Go for it.
Wait for it, guys. Well, that's a 5 minus 2.
You
Like, Rasha is sweating.
He cannot even sweat because he's made of stone, and yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow there's
Just like the tiny pebbles are coming off of his skin.
Well,
no.
okay, well,
No, tell you what, listen to me first before you start lying to me again. And Ghost looks at Aku and he's like, you guys asked a lot of me yesterday. I brought you into my literal childhood home. I have been there for you this entire time and tried to support you guys doing what you wanted to do. Like, yeah, I do my own stuff, but like, oh, what am I supposed to just selflessly follow you like a serf without just by giving up everything? Like, you asked so much of me and you're not, you don't even have the like common decency to tell me when you want to speak to my parents. You decide to speak to them in private without me knowing about stuff that you're lying about. Like, what the hell?
Look, first things first, Rasha, don't respond to that. Don't ruin the surprise. Secondly, we didn't know you were from a poor family. You should have told us. We thought you were from a noble family, but frankly, that's not nobility. That was hard, you know? I had to hold my tongue in front of your head servant. Do you know how much respect you owe these people? Your head servant? That's the whole nexus of your house, you know? And I had to remind him things. Cutlery was missing. The butter was goat's milk.
I'm trying to work out how to respond to that.
Take a second.
Ghost looks at not at anyone else, but he looks to his book, which is like floating beside his face, and he's like, "It's inconsequential, right?"
I still want to kill him.
You're not helping. He turns on Rasha again, completely ignoring Ascor once more.
You cannot speak to me, Ghost. I cannot look at you. I really.
Aku like turns to Rasha and it just says to him, "Why were you talking to his mother? I mean, I can vouch for Haydn that we were not bothering your parents, Ghost. And I can say as well that we had no idea of what they were doing or why they were doing it. So not all of us are completely disrespectful."
At this point, Haydn had slipped into the room and he's looking like the awkward juice kid, like the juice box kid, who's like just like kind of like looking back and forth. This conversation's happening, and he's like hoping he doesn't get noticed.
I just want you to think about this, Rasha, the next time you ask me to give you my private information and my truth, okay? I won't question you anymore. You clearly don't give a shit about me or being here or whatever, so let's just go. Let's just go. And let's just have a good time, right? And Ghost leaves, smiling.
Rasha stares at Ghost, stares at Aku, and Aku for much longer probably just mutters again, "Disrespectful. Right. That is me. Right." Trails off, stands up, and prepares to leave with the party.
Haydn kind of nudges out of the way slightly as Ghost breezes past him through the door, and he kind of like looks around the group and waits until Ghost is slightly out of earshot, and he's like, "What the hell happened?"
What do you mean, what the hell happened?
Never mind. Let's go see the horses.
No, Haydn, I will tell you what happened.
Oh, no.
I was just leaving a pause for dramatic effect. What happened, Haydn, is that we tried to learn more about this Kaifon to save Aku disrespectfully from this thing that is kidnapped maybe Ghost's brother. I went to look at it, and it blasted my mind, and I spent all night bleeding on the floor because I'm so disrespectful that I care enough about my friends to do this to myself. That is what happened, Haydn. Okay, let's go see the Horny Horses now. And he's gonna pick up his bag, straighten his tassels, shine his armor, breathe out, and just go, oh. Oh, I have never really been this angry, but here we are.
You guys let Rasha take all that.
And he's gonna walk out the room having taken all of that.
Zug wasn't there.
I'm feeling well. Doug,
Yeah.
make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh Jesus! I'm not good at these. Why do you make me do wisdom? That's a +2. Hey, do I get Aku bonus?
Yes.
Well, what is it? +4, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
actually a +6. 9. Hell yeah.
As you're kind of walking out, you freeze for a second, and the same image of the woman appears before you.
Oh, again.
Remember our deal, Zug?
Your deal. The binder corpse. Yes. No, I do remember that. I have been. There's not been many corpses recently. Sorry about that.
I think we have a specific one in mind now, don't we?
Yes. Although I did tell you he's probably not a corpse, but you know, we'll see what we can do.
I'm glad we understand each other. There's a slight twinge of pain between your shoulder blades as she disappears.
Like between what? When you mean between shoulder blades, or like right in the center of the back, or
Yeah.
like? Oh, that's weird. Like a spine.
Like where his wings are coming out?
But like not 2 points of pain, like 1 point of pain.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, good.
You can get somebody to look at it if you want. Or...
Backache for it.
Like, how serious was this? Like a twinge of pain, like I've been like a needle, or like
It felt like a burning in quite
burning?
burning in quite a large patch.
like on a scale of I know I'm being like really facetious here, but I'm just trying to figure out is this the like feel like someone's pressed a hot rod to his back, or like
1 is like someone flicking you and 10 is like giving birth. It's like a 7.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it was like ow. I feel like I just leaned on something, or then he spins around in circles like and realizes he's not near anything.
Are you okay?
I felt like I just burned myself on my back, and
On
then
your
he
back?
kind of starts trying to reach over. Yeah.
Have you got your plate mail on right now?
I mean, we've just leaving, right? So I imagine he probably does. He's probably got his full mail on, yeah. Half plate or whatever. I'm not really sure. Maybe there's something in my armor. He starts kind of taking the chest plate of his armor off, which takes 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Wait. Do you want me to have a look? Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe I don't know.
Stay there, and like Haydn helps Zug loosen one of the straps on his armor, and then just like kind of pries it a little back from his back and tries to have a look down to see if he can see anything.
Yeah, there's Zug seems to have a new tattoo.
What? What does dude? What does mine say?
It is a 5-pointed star. It's a 5-pointed star with 5 symbols kind of engraved into each.
It's a 6-point star, dude.
Do you speak Draconic?
I now speak Draconic.
No. Do you speak Draconic?
I do not speak Draconic. So
No, okay.
I cannot read it.
But the 5 stars are each kind of like diamond or kite within each of the stars is colored a different color. There is red, black, white, green, and blue.
About the stars again, man.
I mean, is this really big? Like
stars
how
fuck
big
off.
is the star? Like,
It's pretty.
as of a tennis ball? Like,
Yeah, that's a tennis ball.
How many
Okay.
types of dragons are there?
Ooh, good point.
Anyway,
Okay.
get in the frickin' car, guys.
I put it in
what does
jail.
Haydn say? Haydn hasn't
so
responded yet.
after seeing this tattoo, Hayden's kind of a little bit gobsmacked, and he thinks, and he's like, Has he actually been apart from Zug long enough in the past, like since he last saw Zug naked, which was probably quite recently, knowing how Zug likes
in
to
the
sleep?
Mind Flayer colony, no?
Yeah, like when we all took the bath, but I'm
Yeah,
assuming...
with the hot tub. The hot
Yeah.
tub.
We didn't have
time
wings
machine.
then either,
the hot
so...
tub time machine, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have. Yeah.
Haydn kind of helps him fix his breastplate, and he's like, I think you're gonna be fine.
Oh, okay.
There's a new
Was it a bit red?
tattoo.
A
Did you get a tattoo recently?
No, I don't have any tattoos. What do you
Well,
mean a
you
tattoo?
do now. So,
Wait, what would you? And he kind of starts like reaching around his back, and kind of looks spinning in circles like a dog.
Stop! You're not gonna be able to see it. Look, well, we gotta go.
Wait, what do you mean we gotta go? I want to sort this problem out.
Well, no, I don't. It's a tattoo, dude. I don't. We can try washing
What
it
does
off
it look
later.
like?
Okay. It looks like a star, and it's got all these other stars, and he starts describing the tattoo, and it's got some writing underneath it, and I can't read it, but maybe someone else can. Anyway, don't worry about it. Tattoos.
Don't worry about
No,
it.
it's just, dude. It's a tattoo. You were bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's normal if you get a normal tattoo and you ask someone to do it.
You were blackout last night, like.
Well, I'm sure there are lots of places to get tattoos.
Yeah.
I was ill, not drunk.
I don't know. So, look, when I got my tattoo, it hurt like a bitch, and I forgot about it because I got really drunk, and then the next day it stung. So, it's completely normal what you're going through. Okay. So we will look at it later, and if you can't remember what you got, you can get your armor off later. I will draw a picture for you, and you can have a little look at what it looks like.
He looks around at the rest. Is no one else concerned about random tattoos? Has anyone else got a new tattoo they're not talking about?
Tattoo. Frankly, I'm completely concerned about these wings you have. I don't think we've really addressed this.
I mean, so am I, but I can't really do much about it. Okay, well, look, alright. And he kind of like pauses for a second, takes a breath. He's like, I think this might have something to do with the lady in the ring that the ghost gave me a long time ago. She has been appearing slightly more commonly over time, and I don't know how friendly she actually is.
When were you gonna tell us?
Well, I thought I had the situation under control.
Is she?
With these big wings on his back.
You've got fucking wings, dude.
She said that if I found a corpse, that she would go away.
A corpse?
And it would be fine. And we made a deal.
I mean,
that
there
she'd go
were
away if I
plenty
found a
of
corpse.
corpses down in the Underdark.
Yeah, but this was after the Underdark
Oh,
that she
okay.
told me she wanted a corpse.
Why did she
that
want
would
a
have been fine.
corpse?
I don't know.
That's kind of freaky, dude.
I know, but I didn't ask. She just said she'd go. But now she seems to. I don't like just to clarify, Jamie. I don't have. I don't have like any sort of thing that stops me from talking about this freely. I can't remember if I have anything like. Okay, cool. Yeah, now she seems to be
You
very
feel-
interested
Sorry.
in.
Sorry, you are. So I will message you. You're not just talking
Yeah.
about it freely, but
Okay, away.
Oh, secrets.
happening. Okay. All right. I need to think about that.
Do we need to record
everything you
something?
said so far is fine.
Okay.
Okay. Look, I think she's fine. Like, I don't. She's not done anything bad. He says that, like, despite but she does seem to be quite interested in that Bespin Clorox's corpse.
Bespin Clorox. No. Vespin Chloros.
Yeah, that one. The one we're looking for. I told her it's not going to be a corpse and it'll probably just be a few bones, but she seems to be really interested. I don't know.
Why does she want? Why is she interested in that?
I mean, she just wants corpses. I don't know. I didn't question it.
I think we should be questioning it.
That's very sinister.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, not half as sinister as half the things that you do.
I will say, by the way, that you guys have been walking and talking and having a conversation. You've got in the car and you're currently traveling through Rai'shan in the carriage, so all of you will be hearing this conversation.
In that time, Jamie, I would have used the hat of disguise to appear local.
Okay.
You know,
I imagine Zug probably
if
would
you'd-
have like done it as well, but
If you'd
actually
like,
no, he wouldn't have.
if you'd like told me you needed a corpse when we were in Silvercut, I know loads of dudes at the academy who had corpses up the walls, man.
He kind of that's really unsettling. But I guess good point. I hadn't thought of that at the time.
It's almost
But
like
well, now you know.
everyone is keeping
Look,
some
I
secrets.
I didn't think it was I just didn't think it was a problem until I was a bit more concerned when I grew the wings and my eyes changed color, and then I was a little more concerned. Now I've got a tattoo.
Is the tattoo cool?
And it hurt.
pretty
I don't
cool.
know. I don't know what it looks like.
If it's
Haydn.
cool, that sounds fine.
It's like a star, and it's got different colors in it. And it's got
Is
some
it a
letters.
star?
and-
Really?
That sounds dope.
No. No, we hate
I
stars.
just had enough.
No, it's not purple. It's not purple. Don't worry.
Is there any purple in this star?
No. It's got red, black, white, green, and blue.
Blue and red, you know what
I
that
was
The
means?
blue and red
Yeah, red
are
and
they're next
blue.
to each other, but they don't blend. It's
If you put a ruby together and a sapphire and you shine light through the two of them, you get a purple silhouette.
That's what it means. Purple star.
Wait, what? I'm not involved with this. What are you
You're
on about?
cursed as well, Zug. It's
I'm
too
not
late.
cursed.
I mean,
You
you're
have a
definitely
brother.
cursed.
Do you have any brothers that we
Hayden-
do not know of? Is anyone dreaming of half-orc brothers?
I don't know. I don't have any brothers.
I don't know. Let's ask Aku. He's the dreaming guy lately, right? Did you dream of anyone's sexy half-orc brother?
I mean, I might have half brothers, but I don't have any. How many brothers I'm aware of?
I did not.
Hayden
Case closed.
writes in his notebook. He sketches the star tattoo and the close approximation of the Draconic that he remembers seeing, but probably the writing isn't correct. And anyway, he shows it to the rest of the group, and he's like, "Can any of you guys read this?"
Hayden, your star points are not really aligned. Here, let me give you a ruler. He probably reaches into his like
Really?
drafting toolkit and pulls. one
Bro,
out.
this
As,
is
as, we're,
really
as we're like
for
bumping in the
constructive
carriage.
criticism.
It's like-
Does anyone speak Draconic?
No.
None of you speak Draconic. Boy.
Doesn't Zug speak Draconic?
Does Zug now speak Draconic?
I might do
I think
now.
That's so funny.
Let me
Oh, yeah.
check, because I
Gave
feel
you
like
that as a
I added it.
bonus.
If you ever gave it to me, I would have added it to my. Let me have a look. What's that?
Yeah.
Under description.
It will be in your. Yeah, I'll try to find it for you.
If you find the
There's
item
no-
and click on its name, it should just pop open and tell you everything
It's
about
not
it.
an item.
No, because it's that part is like just stuff that I've tried to write down. Surely it's under features and traits.
Yeah, it's normally languages common and orc, so you haven't added it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm a twat, aren't I? No, I can't remember whether you actually ever did give it to me or not. That's the problem.
Okay.
I'll leave it up to you
Do
if you say it. Something.
Wait,
Not all that.
do we know?
I don't think so.
Doesn't someone here have the ability to read a bunch of different languages?
Oh yeah, I can read
Yeah.
all languages. Haha.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
dumb. Sorry.
Cool. In which case, if everybody else, first time we're doing this in stream, everybody else could mute so that I could talk to Ghost alone.
Okay.
Whoa!
So
Yo,
so
Wait, we have
so-
to.
We wave
Deafens.
frantically
okay,
when we're
so
done.
what we do is we click on
Oh.
deafen, which is next to the microphone icon on
Yeah,
Discord.
yeah.
And then when it's good for us to come back, Jamie just like wave your hands.
But
and then-
Erin can't
Alright.
deason because then the stream.
Oh,
audio
I'll take my
stopped.
headphones off.
Everyone
I'll take my
tune into
headphones
the
off.
stream though.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys all deafen. I'll take my headphones off.
So, I think that's everybody, apart from Hayden has, yeah. So,
Yep.
each of the names, sorry, each of the...
1 sec, mine's not
Oh,
working.
sorry.
I'm definitely.
Ascor!
Hold on. Shit, man, shit.
Okay, cool. So, in the kind of each squares, there seems to be a
It
title.
came off, hold on.
Okay. Cool. In
Crying
the
out loud.
green part of the star, it says the disease deceiver. In the red
Hold on.
part,
Does
yeah.
Green.
Yeah,
Have you got
green
this? You can just copy and paste it to me after.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
fine.
Yeah.
In the red part, the Cinder King. In the black part, the Hope Devourer. In the white part, the Frigid Doom. And in the blue part, the Iron Storm. And then you just make a wisdom saving throw for me.
What, for reading it?
Yep.
Okay. Oh my god, I get +2 to my wisdom.
But you're with it. We're with Aku.
Yes, so I get +6 because I got my ring now as well. From my mom.
Yeah. Plus extra from Aku, so that's a lot.
Yeah, but that's not an item that's on, so I'll have to add that to my roll afterwards. So 17 +4. So it's 23 +4, 27 +2, 29.
Okay, no, it is. It's weirdly hypnotic, staring at it, and the words kind of reverberate in your head. But through a combination of your thing and the book kind of glances and presses your arm and goes snap out of it, you kind of manage to pull yourself away. But that's what you read.
What is that? He asks the book.
You, as a scholar and somebody who lived at the time, would identify that as the 5 titles of the 5 members of the Chroman Conclave who ravaged Exandria. The 5 ancient chromatic dragons.
Oh shit. Okay.
Cool.
From what Zug has said about the woman in the ring, is Ghost able to join some dots?
So the motif's definitely green. Due to half diseased, you maybe can put.
He's described her before.
Together, yeah.
Ghost turns to the book and he's like, I can't believe we were wearing this ring for so long, and we talked to this person several times, and this might have been what it was.
Well, be careful. We did give it to him because she asked for it.
Yeah, it's kind of flattering that she asked for someone more feeble-minded, though, don't you think?
Well, I mean, it worked.
It's true, yeah, whatever she's doing.
And he's got
cool.
bloody wings.
He's got wings! We could have had wings.
You can always get them again. You'll have wings, Ghost.
I can. Yeah, if I want to fly, I could fly. Who needs to fly? Boring.
Exactly. Cool. I'll tell the others to unmute.
Yep.
Oh.
Right. Unless Zug has War and Peace on his back, I'm really curious to know what was going
What
on.
was that all about? That's the longest secret ever.
What?
I mean, like,
No,
you must
not
have
enough
fucking
words on that
Lord of the
tattoo.
Rings, Lord of the Rings extended edition. Apparently,
Sorry,
tattoo
we
times.
might have engaged in a small amount of role play with the book at the same time.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Letty,
I
come
just
back.
woke up my kitten with my.
Oh, Letty come back.
Letty's stuck in the death zone.
Someone might want to mess
Hi,
In the
baby,
depths, eh?
baby
Letty.
Sai.
She's-
Aku. Come on.
Baby Sai.
I
Come
let
back
this
to us.
wake
Come
up.
back. Come back, Sai. There we go.
Hello.
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 All right.
Okay, so cool. Ghost's reading it, and you see him like the book's not like floating. The book's like attached to like a small like belt on his waist, and you see him like looking at it, and like looking down at the book, and then looking at it, and sort of like, and then he laughs. He's like,
So kind of grimaces a little, and he's like, "Why are you the only one who can read this?"
oh, because I spend a lot of time learning things. Have you ever read a book before?
I didn't mean it like that.
What does your talking book have to say then, Ghost?
What does it say?
It doesn't recognize specifically what this is. It just describes some dragons, I think. Red dragon, blue
Right.
dragon, white dragon.
Dragons.
But it seems fine. It's probably just got to do with whatever else is going on with you right now. Like, it's clearly
But-
connected to your wings and that. But it does look pretty cool though. So at least there's that. It's not like your ring person drew a dick on your back or anything, right? Wouldn't that be more embarrassing?
Yeah, I've seen worse tattoos.
Mm.
I wasn't really
The
bothered
death
about
is
whether it
worse
looked cool or
tattoos.
not.
But just
Sorry,
to
Dan.
recap, for my small, disrespectful mind, there is a woman living inside of your ring,
Yes.
and she has made you into a little bit of a dragon with wings,
It does seem to be that way. Yes.
and
So-
she would like a corpse so she can live.
That is exactly what I've been told. Yes.
So would any corpse do if we just create one, or if not that I am suggesting
Create
that
one.
Murders. I am not.
You mean you're talking about murder, right?
No, I'm really just.
That's the easiest way to create a corpse, as far as I'm aware.
we normally create quite a few corpses and what
Right.
we do. So we've actually been quite peaceful recently.
Wait, is there Dan in this carriage, dear?
Of course
Yes.
he is.
But the dad's been sulking.
Yeah, he's upset
Barely
with
paying
you.
attention. He's upset with all of you.
Alright, well, we murdered Nadan's friends, for example, and there were corpses then. We seem to,
I don't know if
like
you
you said,
reminded me of
create them when we go places.
With
so,
murder.
maybe if there are bandits in the Barbed Fields, then we will create some there. That I'm not suggesting we kill anyone in the city. That would be so bad, but
I mean, what you're suggesting is sort of swings and roundabouts. No matter where you create the corpses, as you're putting it, that's still someone's son, daughter, brother, sister.
I had
When did you grow conscious?
I didn't. I just like poking fun.
Well, here's the thing. I have the ability of creation, and I think I can create inanimate objects. So maybe I could create a corpse thinking about
Dan, sighs loudly and is like, last night you were all perfectly fine with Rasha unleashing an ancient evil upon the world. Do any of you really have a problem with murder?
Well, we don't know if Geb is an ancient evil.
Geb is not an ancient evil.
No,
And
but
I
if
can
it was,
clarify
you were
none
still
of
going to
us-
release it.
And I can
Aren't you an
clarify
assassin?
None of us have a problem with
I
murder.
didn't say I'm not being hypocritical.
I have a problem with murder.
Well, there is actually quite a big gulf between assassin and releasing ancient evil upon the world. So I will give
That
Nadan
is true.
credit for that.
There you go, Nadan. This is
I'm
a
glad that
victory.
I have the moral high ground.
I'll have you know, I
We've
haven't killed
many
anybody.
people before. I don't see what the problem is. We can do it again. I'm sure we'll have to.
But that's not. I haven't killed anybody who hasn't attacked me first. I don't know about the rest of you.
Well, the Mind Flayer Aku sort of did stab before really he
Yeah,
attacked
he was
anyone.
trying to help us.
He was sort of
I
doing
I was like-
mid
And I am
conversation.
importantly saying that I was not the one who stabbed him.
He was
Right.
going to be my best friend, but then it's fine because we were
Well,
acting, so it's
mind
actually
flayers
fine.
are usually kind of sus, so I can kind of see where Aku was coming from.
You're kind of sus.
Pot cuddle black.
Can we really
Anyway.
just really conclude that everyone is actually kind of sus in this carriage?
I am not. Well, I mean, what's
Now,
happening
you are
to me
asking
is
for a corpse.
I
Dude,
think
you
what's
wanna
sus.
make
not
a
me.
corpse.
I don't want the corpse.
You
okay?
I think what's
violence
sus.
of a corpse.
You do. You just told us you need a corpse.
I didn't say I need the corpse. I said the lady in the ring wants the corpse, and I
Yeah.
can't take the ring off.
And apparently,
A
the
very
lady in the ring
specific
specifically
corpse.
wants Vespin Chloros.
Which
Yeah.
is really suspicious.
You should-
because he unleashed the calamity. He is like the worst person.
And he's also happens to be the body that we need to return the cucumber to in order to destroy it.
Yeah, he has also the spine on.
I
the
mean,
one
you
of
know, I'm
Orca.
sure that it's for a good reason. I don't know.
For a good reason,
What-
I asked.
what
This-
good
this
reason?
Ring lady's gonna
Possibly
try
be-
and inhabit something.
My
That
immediate
was what
assumption
I thought too.
is that she wants to possess Vespin Chloros' body, so then she can take the wand of, cucumber, and
Exactly.
The wand of cucumber.
the,
The wand of cucumber.
nearly
the
missed it.
cucumber
Oh no,
of
she's not. She's been good to me so far. She wouldn't kill us.
let me
I
ask
think.
you something, Zug. Are either
Yeah.
of your parents dragonborn?
No.
So the wings that are sprouting out of your back.
Yeah, that's not genetic. Sorry, the genetic's not a thing in this
What
one.
colour are the wings,
That's
by the way?
that's not ancestry. No.
It was a gift. I gave you the gift of flight. You asked for it, son.
I mean, look, I'm not. I'm trying to help. I'm on your side here. All right, they're
You're-
getting really
you're
questionable
her
about
side.
things, and
Zug
they're
saying
being.
this out loud.
Yeah, and he said
Yeah.
everything out loud.
Right, well, there you go, Tim. Here's only this.
No, I'm not. I'm
Cool.
not. I'm
So-
not on.
woman's side.
She's saying that you're all being very mean, and I'm saying I'm trying to diffuse the
Hey,
situation.
We're all being honest here, or at least some of us are. And in the spirit of honesty, we're a team. If you need something, whether that's you need our assistance creating a corpse.
Look, I don't want to. I want to pilot. I don't want to create a corpse. I just feel like if there was one, by a mean that we could not avoid, then maybe I was going to touch the ring to it and see what happened.
It's too bad that she didn't tell you this, like when we killed that Garistro, because it would have been super funny for her to be like, give me your body, and then you put her in this Garistro. That would have been hilarious. She'd have been like, oh, why have I got hooves? And what's going on? Why am I covered in fur?
You know, on the subject of who is being honest here, I feel like it is Ascor who is an asshole. There is Ak who is a drug dealer. There is Nadan who is an assassin.
Pardon me?
And there is potentially me who is maybe, you know, unleashing an ancient evil upon the world. So honesty in this group, I think. And the source
Look, I'm not an asshole, I'm just a realist.
They have called you an asshole so many times, Ascor. I don't really understand the connotations, but I assume that because it is the hole in which, you know, there is one in the ass.
Because it's full of shit.
That's where it comes from. Right, well that
People
is
just
really
don't like
apt
hearing the
then.
truth, okay?
That's quite impolite.
Why don't you tell us the truth about butter again? I like that one.
Your butter's terrible, and that's fine. It's not fine. What am I talking about? You've got to get butter right. It's a fundamental, one of the building blocks of society.
Would you say it was an
People
institution?
bread, and they can work their way up to butter.
I've never had butter. What is so good about butter?
It's like milk, but thick.
Guys, you have to realize that
Butter is very tasty, I have to say.
Ascor is a noble, and nobles have very weak, sensitive stomachs. They can't eat many things because they're very, very picky. And so that's why he's unhappy with the butter. But you've got to understand, it's just his insecurity showing through. He's just...
His sensitive constitution.
Aku's a man of nature. Therefore, Aku's very happy to just eat straight from the ground whatever worm he can get his flips around.
Asco asking to be stabbed.
Again.
With Asco like kicking back off Aku now, Ghost just sits back and smiles. It just looks between them.
Aku is like staring at Ascor. Like,
Aku, if you're going to smite him, can you smite him after this carriage ride, please?
Yeah, I don't know if this carriage.
Wait, hold on. I don't think we should be smiting anyone right now. This is not
why would I waste my smite on a person such as this?
Yeah, would you smite a worm?
Look, we've not even left the city yet. I don't think we should start attacking each other.
Yeah, why don't we just all talk to each other's mums in secret instead? Oh, wait.
You guys can talk to my mum.
I already did that, right. Right, yes, I have done that one. Yeah, your mother is really nice. I gave her a present, actually.
You did what, sorry?
I gave her a gift. I made a small diorama of you and your brother inside a solar system so she could remember the both of you together. She seemed sad that Roman was not here, so I made her a present which encompassed the both of you within your constellations and things.
That sounds kind of like a memorial statue, dude. You give my mother a memorial statue of me and my living brother?
Well, we are going
Jesus,
to
you
Barbed
do love
Fields.
to complain, don't you?
What is memorial about it? It is really cool if you hit one of the sides, it spins. And then it is on a different axis to the next one, and they are concentric, so you spin them in different directions, and you do it in the center, and you are, being brothers. And
well, you are very good at what you do, so I do believe it was nice, but
it is so pretty.
Why were you talking to my mum in the middle of the night?
I don't know. Disrespect.
Okay.
God, Rasha only just got over his last girlfriend, and now he's already moving on to Ghost's mom. Poor Burga.
When Rasha says disrespect again for the 5th time, Aku just turns around at Rasha and just goes, "Are you upset about the word I used to describe you, Rasha?
No, not at all.
Are you sulking? Are you sulking about it, Rasha? Did I upset you? Did I hurt your feelings?"
No, Aku, I am fine, actually. I'm really fine. I'm so fine.
Insight check.
With my -2 charisma, should I roll something?
You can roll your perception or deception depending on whether or not Rasha is fine or not.
Troubled waters between the two besties.
That's a 9.
Oh.
That's a 13 -2.
11.
You don't know. He's probably fine.
Rasha
Well,
is stony faced.
as soon as Rasha says, I'm fine, Aku clearly hasn't spent enough time around women and just goes, okay, that's good, you're fine, and just turns away.
Doesn't know any better.
It's to getting too real on the stream here.
So, in a slightly awkward silence following that, you trundle across Rai'shan, peering outside, maybe seeing in and kind of seeing the hustle and bustle of the city, and then it kind of goes quiet and you realize you're beyond the walls. And eventually you approach a large wooden building with kind of lots of fences around, and each of you perhaps catches sight of what exactly a Horny Horse is. For those of you who would know what they would look like, they're not so much horses as large, muscular black panthers. They're anything from 14 to 16 foot tall, no tails. Their heads have got an incredibly muscular neck with a very aerodynamic profile that kind of slopes all the way down to their haunches.
Sorry,
They have
14 to 16 feet. Too.
and
That's like
just
taller than a building.
they're 14 to 16 feet. Yeah, some of them, and the horns are coming off from their mouth, kind of curling back around to spiked edges on the side. So you imagine they probably thrash their head and hit things that way. Oh, sorry, what am I talking about? They are over 6 feet tall and 14 to 16 feet in length.
Oh,
I was about to
okay.
say, the size of a fucking
Mistake.
building. How am I supposed to write this thing?
Yeah, my mistake, sorry.
I was gonna say, Rasha's no
Inside.
longer worried about crushing one.
Yeah, their long noses are very kind of very cat-like.
Still
you know,
big
that
as
kind of
fuck,
stick
yeah.
there. As you kind of come in, go whoa, and you get out, and there are two horses drawing this, but there are different terrain as you stare out across what must, you will think, be either part of the Ghostlands or the Barbed Fields within it. The Barbed Fields is pretty desolate. It's very obviously a wasteland. There are just barely any plants for miles upon miles. There are large cracks in the salty, dry earth. There are large pillars of stone just jutting out in certain places, and from this distance, as you look around, some of them even seem to be floating midair. As you just look out, and as far as the eye can see off to the horizon, there is just this long desert of dry dust that kick up, and you occasionally get some trickery of the light up ahead, and it changes it in some colors, and these tall jutting pillars, and the faintest hints of shrubbery and kind of dark trees in certain areas. And in this, in front of you, is what you presume is the Moorbounder stables, with some light fencing kind of keeping them in, and as you kind of get off, a one-armed goblin kind of approaches you. Much older, kind of white tuft of hair on the head, kind of front is bald, wearing a dirty vest and kind of slacks and no socks held together by a dirty rope. And he's like, well, and it must be from the Everfell household, yes? The den?
That's
He
us.
holds out his one hand to kind of help each of you down.
It
Yep.
was a house, not a den, but
Hello there.
Hello. Zorth, pleasure to make your acquaintance. The rest of you? Not you.
That's in a Dan.
No, that's up to Ghost.
It's been 10 years, man. Come on.
Most people bring my things back.
Well, I'm glad to see that you maybe were worried about me slightly. I go out there with one of your Moorbounders, and then I don't come back, and you're like, I'm pissed off that you didn't bring the Moorbounder back. Not, oh, Ghost, did he get eaten or struck by magic or swallowed up into a crevasse? No.
Did I need to worry? You are here. I can be annoyed about what I want to be annoyed about.
Well, we've got gold.
Yes, it's been sent in advance, most of it, although I am still missing payment from some of you.
Haydn
I
sighs
have-
heavily and reaches into his bag and pulls out the fee.
Kind of like looking up at you, all tower over him. He's about 3 foot.
Are
I-
these things safe? They look, well, they're not something particularly native to where we're from.
I was told that these are horny horses, but they are really more like cats. Really big cats.
I mean, they are aggressive, but they are trained well, and if they have bonded to you, you are part of their pact, and they will look after you as if they are one of your own.
How does
How-
one bond? Do we feed it gold or?
No, you need to spend some time with it, get it to trust you, name it, most of all, and then eventually it will let it ride you, and the first person to ride it, it bonds to. They are very social creatures.
We must name
Very special
the,
creatures.
the horny horse.
Yes, were you
That's-
not informed? You will each need to come up with a name for each of your... Well, I believe you have only asked for 4, and some of you will be sharing, which is very smart. But it will only bond to one of the people riding it. The other will need to bow before the other, before the Moorbounder will allow it onto its back.
Yeah, I presumed that Rasha, you'll need to probably take one. Ascor, you mentioned that you wanted one yourself specifically. I don't think it would be safe for anyone else less
Ascor-
experienced than you to actually ride with you. So I think you should take that one solo, and then the 4 of us
Ascor's
left, we can
probably-
decide between us.
Ascor's probably like stood actually ever so slightly away from the group, just looking out over the Barbed Fields, one hand on the hip, the other hand sort of like that, and just going, "No, this is fucked. Nope. Now we gotta teleport. This is no good. The way's not clear. We'll just have to find another way."
Isn't this the same guy that like pulled Nadan aside yesterday and was like, "You need to stop cursing in front of Aku and Rasha. Aku is a holy man."
Yes, it is.
I assume you've told them about the effects of the latent magic in the area?
Have you?
No.
Sounds so unfamiliar,
I-
like a secret.
I told them some stuff.
Like, teleportation magic to locations in the Barbed Field is highly inadvised, as I'm sure you know. Hence why my business does quite so well.
Right.
So, what is it about magic that's bad here? I mean, I'm
The-
not magical, but
The calamity.
yeah.
Is it just teleporting or all magic?
Some magic, if things are unpredictable here. Veils. He kind of like gestures down himself. I don't know about this. I just know that sometimes spells go wrong.
Huh.
Wait. He gestures down at his missing arm.
No, like his whole thing, like.
Oh.
It's on his body, like, no magic.
Okay.
Why do
Well-
you guys always look for a second opinion on everything I tell you? Come on, man.
Because you're very untrustworthy.
But everything I've told you has come to pass. And the
Yes,
things
I will-
have you not yet come to
I will
pass.
help you
I
summon
can't
Lord
remember
Stola
well
and then
enough
for this
to know whether
throne.
that's true or not, but I doubt it.
I don't know any Loth scholars.
A bit of doubt is healthy, I think. Yeah. So,
Um,
these cats. What do we feed these cats? Do they eat things? Are they?
Well, you have actually paid for that as well. You've got. I'm going to give you food for approximately a fortnight for 4 Moorbounders, which is a lot of meat, dried meat. But sacks of dried meat is what I was sending you off with. Please do not let them at it beforehand. They will eat all of it immediately if given the chance, and then be very sick.
And how do we bond with these big horny cats?
Well, I'm going to. If you tell me which 4 need to bond, I can leave them in the fields together, and you need to gain their trust and spend time with them.
Right.
Who
I've
here's
done
good
this-
with animals?
Well, I've done this before, so maybe I don't know.
Kind of
Maybe I
glowers
could-
at you a bit.
Extenuating circumstances, dude. Come on.
So, Rasha, Ghost, Ascor. I'm not very good with animals. Aku, Zug, what about you guys?
Yeah, me. I am.
I'm not exactly amazing with animals.
I'm good with animals.
Okay.
You know how to ride this thing, don't you, Ghost? You've been on one of these before.
Yep.
Then, yeah, I'll just sit on yours, I guess.
Okay, I
Okay.
guess I will sit on Aku's then.
Does Hayden go red?
Hayden goes-
Silence
you can-
as
you
everyone
can-
goes.
You
That
can
was
see
not
this, like,
intentional, but I
red-
love that I did this.
It's like red blush is like creeping up his neck and like onto his face.
Oh well, Hayden, if you don't like Aku, then you can
No,
ride on mine if you like, because you
What's wrong
seem
with
like
this?
you
They
seem like
like
pretty.
each other. What are you talking about? It's
Yeah,
Look at his face; it's gone bright red.
No,
He
it's
looks-
just
he-
the sun. I'm
He's just scared of the horse. It's
I-
fine.
it's
There's no
sunburn.
sun. There's no sun.
Hayden completely ignores the fact that it's perpetual twilight above, and he's like, "No, guys, it's sunburn. Just don't worry about me. It's fine. I'm fine."
Ghost turns to Aku. Did you stab him or like
He probably did, yeah.
you stabbed him, didn't you?
I did no such thing.
You say that like you haven't done that before.
He looks pretty uncomfortable around Hayden right now. Like he doesn't really want to meet his eyes. Like he doesn't really want to make eye contact with Hayden because after Hayden sort of left really awkwardly earlier, he was reminded of exactly what Hayden said the night before, and he's not sure how he feels about it right now.
Ghost looks at Aku being uncomfortable. He's like, "Oh my god, Hayden stabbed you." I never thought I'd see the day.
Strange behavior aside, this thing with the cats and the bonding, what do I do?
You've got to give it a big hug.
A big hug. I must hug these big things.
Well,
Yes.
you first then.
Okay.
As the resident expert of that particular. No, he's looking at Ghost.
No, I think Rasha should go first.
No. You're the expert. Go give
He's
it a
really
big hug.
good at making friends with creatures, people, parents.
That
he's
is
just-
why you think I should go first.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so
You've-
good at making friends. I'm
Mhm.
really natural with people, and I really, find it so easy to do that.
Mm.
Yeah, okay, sure, fine. I will go hug this cat or do whatever I need to do.
So if you all open up roll 20.
Ooh.
Oh god.
Oh, we got a battle map!
Oh shit!
It's been
Oh.
8 long years since I saw a battle map.
Are we
Oh
gonna
my
have to
God.
fight our cats?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Maybe.
I gotta set up
Maybe.
the transition. Oh.
This is the first test of a battle
I
map.
didn't
transition.
make the combat overlay for nothing after all.
Oh, we get to use our combat overlay, no
Yeah.
way, in this session.
Okay, let me just line it up.
I should probably update the icons, right, with people. Although I
Oh
guess
yeah,
most of
we
them are
have
pretty
like
good.
really old icons.
Oh yeah, we've
Yeah.
got nice new artwork now.
Well,
So, Rasha,
So
you kind of get led into the field by this goblin, like one arm, and he's like, "Remember, if bad things happen, you learn."
If bad things happen, I learn.
I like this goblin.
You know, it is so strange that I have not learned so much in my life, because most of it has been quite bad, it seems. Okay, well, let's...
Well, I'm not here to hear your sob story. I just walked away.
Rasha just mutters, I don't know, very few people do bother to care or listen, do they? And he
So-
just grumbles.
This huge creature is like gnawing away at something down on the other side of the field, and as you kind of get led in, kind of he did the doors click and kind of looks up, and goes, just looking directly at you. What do you do?
Hello. I've been told I must name you. So I've decided to name you Gebcat.
Okay. Kind of. Guys starts like almost like prowling a little bit around the edge.
Hello, Gebcat. You are named after a really good friend of mine. So I hope that you will also be a really nice friend. I asked that maybe that I would be the only one to ride you because I do not want to crush you, but it turns out you are really big also, so maybe just because we are big, we will be friends.
As you come closer, it's kind of like sniffing around. It's getting pretty close to you now. It's kind of sniffing around.
Gebcat, do you want food or do you want to play? I am not sure. Well, okay. What do the purple worms? They distract the purple worms with. Yes, and he's gonna cast the light cantrip on the ground, 20 feet to the southwest of him.
Okay, I'm down here.
And he's gonna
Sorry,
move
southwest.
the light cantrip really quickly, 10 feet upwards.
Like a
We'll
laser
use the
pointer.
We
And
use the
Gebcat
weapons. Okay,
fires.
could you make an animal handling check with advantage to laser pointer the Moorbounder?
I would like to try and entertain the Moorbounder with a light cantrip.
This is
Laser
amazing.
pointer. With advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. Okay. Let me check my animal handling, but that might be happy. Ah, it's a wisdom thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
21.
31. Okay, the Moorbounder, which is like not like it's aggressive and it's combative and it's kind of like prowling as if it was like unsure, not about to pounce on prey, but like is this a rival? Suddenly, it looks at the light like shining down like through the thing, just like thing, and it just like pounces on it, and then it moves quickly and it pounces again, and it's as you kind of moves up, it's like battering it. And
Good
it's just
job,
like
Gebcat.
as you
Yes.
keep playing with it, you keep like battering and playing, and it like all aggression has gone for a second. And what do you do while it's playing?
Okay, Gebcat, hang on. And he's gonna move the light right to his kind of flank, just right next to Rasha. And as the cat pounces on it, he's gonna dissipate the light, look at the cat, and say, "Hello, Gebcat. We will play a lot because I can make this thing all the time." And he's gonna make sure that the cat is like making eyes with him, that they have a moment.
Yeah, the cat like finds out, disappears, and then it like looks up, just realizes it's right next to you.
And Rasha's gonna turn his eyes to like the ground the other side of him. Make sure the cat's still watching. Extend his hand and appear the light cantrip on the other side.
Okay,
Just to
it's
make
gonna
sure the
jump
cat
round.
has
Yeah.
made the connection. And he's just
And,
gonna
like,
keep doing this a few times and make sure the cat makes the connection, or Gebcat makes the connection with
Yeah.
himself and his
It's
light
like-
cantrip.
It's growling his back, but it's kind of it's a low level growling. Purring.
Okay. Good job, Gebcat. Right. He kind of turns around. Where is the goblin? Where is the
Or it's
party?
like, get on it.
Oh, get on it. Like really, just get on the.
it.
Okay.
Get on it.
He's gonna like extend a hand and put a hand on its flank. And then sort of boost himself up onto Gebcat.
Okay. I would say
But
make a
maybe
final.
keep the light just underneath its face, so it's like held still.
Yeah, make a
We
final
move
animal
it.
handling check with advantage, given all that's happened, and a pretty low DC.
What is that? Okay, 10, 15.
15. Okay. It's kind of looking down. It's quite a thing, and as you touch it, it tenses, and you kind of like whoosh, like a little bit of thing tensions, and it kind of like continues playing with the light. He's enjoying it, like batting it nearly. And as you kind of throw one leg over, moving yourself on, it kind of like stretches for a bit, tenses, and then relaxes, and still like keeps playing with the light. And then after like after time you get rid of the light, it just like stands up to attention and just like looks back at you, almost like imperceptibly nods and just like looks down at the ground and like seems to just be standing still.
Oh,
And these, like, as you like on top of it now, these creatures are incredibly muscly. You can feel like its heart beating through already. Every like movement has like sinew, and you can hear its kind of breath rasping. And it's like up close, its tusks are quite long, and you can see they're very sharp.
he's just gonna put his hand on Gebcat's neck and give him a pat.
Which side?
Gebcat. Left side.
Okay, it starts turning to the right a little bit.
Oh. oh, well, you have a thing so I can tell you how to walk it. He's gonna pat the other side and
Go slightly back.
he'll try out the controls and just turn over to the one-armed goblin and be like, "Is this are my friends with Gebcat now? Is this?"
Yeah, you're good. Next.
Oh.
He kind of like comes along and leads it a little bit out with you sitting on past and like leads you past the party and goes over
Obviously
and starts
hanging
like
out with
feeding.
Gebcat for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of gives you some food to give it as well. Yeah, some like dried meats and stuff. Right, who's next with a Gebcat? Nothing toxic. Sure.
Ascor, why don't you go ahead?
All in good time. Let's not rush this. Let's not rush this.
Okay. And Ghost gestures to the guy. He's like, you remember we want a particularly strong-willed one to match the strong will and large amounts of refined skills that Ascor possesses when it comes to noble steeds.
Yes, I was informed a heroic mount.
Indeed. Yes. Okay, I guess I'll just take the next one then. If Ascor wants to wait for that one to come out.
Go steps forward. With a different one.
Cool. Having done this before, Ghost kind of like walks up towards it like slowly, and like tries to assess like whether it seems like it's just chilling or.
Yeah, it just seems to be assessing you. Like as you walk, it kind of begins prowling a little bit on the outside. It's like the same way as Rasha. It's not like aggressive. It's very like probing. Like what is going on? What are you?
Yeah, and he just kind of like makes sure to like lock eye contact with it, and then he just does his bow and he looks down and waits to hear it move.
Okay, you can make a mental handling check with advantage as well for knowing the correct technique.
Oh, actually, sorry. As I'm bowing down, can I cast guidance on myself?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So like I have a little purple glow about me as I cast guidance. So that was one. Oh my god.
That
So
one.
5 plus guidance, which is a D4, right? God, this is not happening. Whatever I get is not good. Okay, so that's 9.
9.
Yikes.
It kind of tenses up. Like you hear like a growl from the other side, and it doesn't bow back, and it kind of continues to be pacing. And Zorth goes, "I don't think it likes your smell."
Bit late to change my smell, or is it? And I'm going to I don't have prestidigitation, motherfucker. Okay. Yes, it is too late to change my smell. Let's see. Oh my god. Okay, I'm going to cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
And I'm going to stroke it while still bowing to try and calm it down.
Oh.
Okay. It seems like whip round at being touched and is unsure. So like, and like obviously it can't see the hand because you keep like darting it from side to side. There's animal handling check without advantage.
I've still got guidance, right?
If you cast it again, yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay,
The guidance
15.
coming in big. It seems to calm down slightly, but it's still like not being, servile or coming closer. It's still quite far away. So
Okay,
it's not it's not aggressive anymore, but it's like I've been petted.
Okay. Right. He like hisses at the book, like, how did we do this last time? I can't remember. Have I got anything in the bag? And he's like, slowly sticks his hand in his bag to see if he's got anything that he thinks might be tasty. To the Moorbounder. I have Spores. Oh. Would an egg of distraction work on it?
Yeah, take out an egg.
Yeah. And
Okay.
put it on the ground and then spin it.
Cool. Okay. It is gonna roll a wisdom saving.
Are we in range to also be distracted by the
The-
egg?
I don't think so.
Are
Ghost
these
probably
the
blocking
ultimate cat toys? The eggs
Um,
of distraction?
it. It is completely focused on the egg.
Okay. While he is doing that, then I'm fannying on, trying to remember. Like, I stick my hand in my pouch and I think of like tasty meat. And I guess the one thing that comes out is a fishman arm.
Yeah, a decomposing fishman arm.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then I will put that in front of the egg. So,
Okay. As it like
it-
shakes its head and then chomps down and begins like chomping on this thing in front of you, eating it.
pocket the egg.
Pocket the egg. Okay. So has it been like, okay, yeah, you're now right next to it and it's
Yeah.
eating. What do you do?
I'm like, so I've been thinking about giving you a name since I think that might be why you're a bit pissed off because no one actually knows what to call you. And since I can't think of anything better off the top of my head right now, how about we call you Starbuck?
Okay. There's like a little visible like shimmer down its spine a little bit.
Oh, you like that? Okay, that's nice. That's nice. He like kind of moves to put his hand on it and stroking it. Is
Okay.
it still chill?
Yeah, make an animal handling check.
And I cast guidance on myself again. No! Oh my god, 9. Oh my god. Why is this that? Plus 54.
2.
11.
As you attempt to get on, after calming it down and stroking it, could you make a dexterity saving throw for me?
No. That's a 19.
19. It shimmers and like almost attempts to throw you off, but like quite nimbly you manage to hold on. And through the process of holding on, you kind of sense its spirit lessen a little bit. It's trying to like, but then it quickly ricochets back, tries once more, quite viciously to throw you off. You still manage to hold on, and it seems to calm, stop, and either through sheer ability to stay on its back, somehow you may have bonded with this creature.
Oh, you know, this is he's talking to the Moorbounder. This is how I make friends with everyone. I just stick around while they kick off, and eventually they get bored of me and just carry on and just let me be there. So I appreciate that about you.
Can we hear him from where we're standing?
It's pretty far. It's like 70 feet. I don't think so. So,
Cool.
Who is, as Ghost kind of walks back over with the Moorbounder and kind of goes off with Sora to feed it, who is next? Would it be Aku or Ascor? Is Aku going?
Ascor steps forward. And it looks like he steeled himself.
Cool.
He throws his robe of the stars across one of his legs. Steps forward. Says, all right, it should be a hero's mount, of course. Where is the beast?
So, Zorth walks in the smallest Moorbounder you all have seen by far. It's about 4 foot tall.
Oh, just shorter than us.
Just like it kind of wanders over to you, prowling a little bit, just like looking around, kind of taking everything in. Zorth kind of laughing a little bit, walks off.
Is this a joke?
Zorth's just like, nah, fine, you got me. You want a bigger one?
Yes. A proud one.
Okay. Zorth goes off. takes the Moorbounder away. It comes back with a different one.
Oh, Grace.
This is about 7 foot. It's
A
by far
lot.
the largest.
Yeah.
And he goes,
Yeah.
now, once they reach this age, most can't. The bonding process needs to kind of happen a bit earlier. I mean, good luck. You're up to the challenge.
Well, leave it to me to tame this untamable beast. And although you can tell he's almost shivering with nerves at the same time, he's taking this as a personal journey. This is like when he was on his gap year. This is some meaningful shit, you know. So he steps forward once more. He steps forward towards the creature. 10 feet. What happened?
You step forward 10 feet towards the creature. Okay. It's very wary. Its like huge form is like looking like it's about to pounce.
I would like to, as a subtle spell, cast Enhance Ability.
On yourself?
To go for Owl's Wisdom on
Yeah.
myself. So
Cool,
let
cool,
me
cool.
mark that one off. Yep. So that should give me, what do you call it? Advantage on wisdom checks.
Okay.
So he's basically gonna follow suit with what Ghost did initially,
And bow.
but also just like he's standing like this as well, bow, but he's also standing, making himself look big at the same time. You know, he bows, stands up straight, puffs himself out wide.
As you
So
leave
is
it out
that
to
how
bow,
many check is it?
the creature just growls. There is seemingly no kind of desire to be bonded with or to accept respect.
Little motherfucker. Quite expect this one. It's not going to work, I know that.
It inches ever so slightly closer.
Ascor holds his fucking ground. He stands his ground, and he's staying big.
It's a first for everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. After like what seems to be a long time for you, Ascor, as a standoff, the creature almost seems to turn away and start walking.
To that, Ascor would probably, as a sort of sign of disrespect, you take it as a sign of some kind of slight from the creature,
Oh
and he's
gosh.
thinking to himself, "Got to establish dominance. It's got to respect me." And I will cast Minor Illusion, creating a lion's roar. So as loud as I can possibly create, sort of between the Moorbounder and myself.
Make an intimidation
tree
check.
Shaker of a roar. Woo! That's 26, baby.
Jesus Christ, is that a natural 20? No, not quite.
Yeah, baby.
The Moorbounder whips around and like hackles raised, like almost like the sound coming out from his mouth is not like a growl, it's a hiss, and kind of like becking down a little bit, like a cat that looks scared.
Ascor steps forward, 5 more feet. Another roar.
Make it again.
Oh shit, B. Oh fuck! It's 28.
What are these rolls? The cat is
Yeah,
like
boy,
laying on
fuck
its
my
belly, trying to make itself look as small as possible as Ascor walks towards this thing.
Oh my gosh.
This is some bullshit.
What has Ascor got that we don't have?
Did Ghost talk to the creature before?
Yes, you need to name it.
Name it. In that case, Ascor steps forward, and he, using his invasive thoughts ability as a bonus action, he speaks to it telepathically, and it just hears in its mind, in a very arrogant voice, "A fine beast, but it recognizes strength. You'll need a proud name, a heroic name. Thadius. I'll name you after myself." And so, after his second middle name, his third name, Ascor names the Moorbounder Thadius.
Wow.
Bad the cat.
Okay. It's kind of like shivering still. It seems more scared than like bonded or showing respect. What do you do? What do you do when you get close to it and it doesn't seem to acknowledge it's heard that? Are you going to try to pet it? Are you going to try to climb on it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to climb on it.
Okay. Make an animal handling check, and you can have advantage. Oh, you've got advantage because of enhanced ability. Anyway.
Yeah. Cool. It's a 16 there.
And a 4, yeah. It's a good thing you had advantage. Oh, well, it's a fast roll anyway. This creature's large, and as you touch it, terrified, it seems to attempt to sprint away. Could you make a dexterity saving throw for me? As you attempt to cling on.
13.
With those 2 rolls, one more dex saving throw.
Whoosh.
Thaddeus, no.
It's a 5. That's a natural 1. However, magical guidance. I'm gonna burn 1 point. So I'm gonna have to do it when it fails. Let's do that. You don't need no natural ones out here. Alright, so that's 1 point used. And that's a dexterity saving throw, was it?
Yep.
Oh wait, let me just double check. That may not cover dexterity saving throws. Let me check. It's an ability check, so not saving throw. Ooh, that's a natural 1.
Oh.
Okay. I just have to convert it. It like bucks and it twists and like through scaring this creature, you are like it's fake, and you kind of sit like you're on it, and it just bucks and kicks, and you fly 10 feet in the air backwards and fall down and take, as you kind of land square foot, you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you just go slam into the ground and slide a little bit. As Zorth goes. Zorth kind of comes down and kind of like you're sitting together. You know, I think it's yours, but they can still be scared. Once it's calmed down, maybe try again.
I need to make a concentration save because enhanced ability is concentration.
Okay.
So I need to make the save there.
DC 10 Constitution
But
saving throw.
advantage of Warcaster. Yeah. That was a natural 20. Bosh, take that. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
In that
27.
case- Yeah. In that case, Ascor, probably somewhat folded in his robe, you know, kind of like over his head and folded up, and you can see his pantaloons and shit. Still fights it off himself, gets up, and I think I've won. But I won't give up.
Just
Moorbounder
try to be nice to it, Ascor. Rasha says, currently playing laser pointer with his giant death cat.
Yeah, and to that Ascor goes, I think you're right. I think sometimes you can be too mighty. And he reaches into his pack and takes out a day's worth of rations, spins round his hand around it so slightly, and casts a mage hand and brings the rations 15 feet in between him and the creature.
Okay. All good. And as you kind of bring it over, it kind of like gently but surely starts biting. And as you kind of walk backwards a little bit and walk out of the arena, it's slowly following you. Something does seem to have changed. You're not sure if it's bonding or not, but it is either scarefully respectful or just scared enough of you to follow you. So as Ghost is kind of probably, just kind of chilling on the other side of him. Rasha is playing with Gebcat. Ascor and his one Thadius are having a bit of a standoff. If you would like one final animal handling check with advantage, try to climb on it.
See how it goes. Oh, fucking nat, baby.
Nat 20.
That's
This
2 nat
time,
20s in a row.
as feeding it, as it is distracted, as you climb on top, it is a bit more docile and compliant. And whilst it does kind of move and twist and kick a little bit, it's never going to be entirely under your control, you sense. Like the others are, is at least allowing you for now to ride it.
Oh, I really hoped that the giant cat would eat
Bullshit,
Ascor.
Jamie. I'm allowing it. I'm allowing it to be my steed. That's what we learned here today.
As Ascor kind of unsteadily looks unsteady regardless of how Ascor feels, is riding this thing. Aku, as you are the final, as you step up, Zorth kind of leads one out, and as you kind of step forward, looking directly into this creature's eyes, the amber in its eyes flashes green, ever so slightly, and you just hear a taming nature, Aku. We have fallen far, haven't we? No wonder you're dreaming of purple stars. As the unmistakable voice of Lanharath, for the first time in a long time, drifts into your head.
How is taming nature, befriending nature a bad thing? Aku just replies back into Lanharath saying, I honestly don't know what you're trying to imply.
There's no response.
With renewed vigor, Aku strides up to the cat and sort of shrugs off his sort of harness with his spears on and his hunting knife as well, and sort of puts it on a pile next to him and steps forward. Where did we get the bag of meat to feed the cats?
Yes, you did. It was left outside. But if you wanted to grab some of it on the way in, that's fine.
Yeah, I probably would have picked it up before he brought the cat out. And he is gonna walk about 10 feet away from it and do what he saw Ghost do, and so sort of tentatively bow towards the creature and then offer the meat on his hand towards it.
So you make an animal handling check with advantage.
Are you fucking kidding me?
The rest of you now
Oh no!
see Aku kind of go rigid for a second. As the
Bruh.
cat
Oh, dude.
How do you roll
kneels
two?
down,
Oh,
and
no,
the
dude.
cat's eyes flash green to all of you as it leaps into the air at Aku. And
Well, I'm gonna
that is
kill the
where-
cat.
And that is where we will leave this week's session. Thank you everybody for joining us for our
Oh my
tech
gosh.
stream. We
We
appreciate
cannot-
you all
You
watching.
cannot kill a cat.
Dude, this
guys.
guy already hates me enough. Don't kill his fucking cat, please.
How do you roll
I'm
two
out.
nat 2s in a row?
I haven't
Just let-
rolled. I don't know if I've rolled above Yeah,
We
I've rolled
can't.
2 nat 1s and 2 nat 2s.
Yeah, I
Oh
don't
my
roll high
gosh.
either. I've not rolled more than 10 this entire
Lauren
day.
and Saya just not the high rollers.
Got some
We
shade
can't
of
start
man,
next stream fighting a cat.
Can we
guys.
change the system to Call of Cthulhu and then we'll be good, right?
So thank you for joining us. We normally
Thank
play
you,
every Tuesdays.
guys.
at 7:30 p.m. GMT. If you have any feedback, any issues with the audio or anything, constructive feedback, really appreciated. Please drop us a follow at D&D Boyband and let us know what you think of the show. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Tuning in.
Hearts connect as one and
Are they gone now? Are we good?
No.
when everyone has gone and we are on our own. So then I follow roads that never take me home. But if you find me there, oh, I'll show you where there ain't no lies. Oh, just look in my blue eyes.
We all got a lot of wisdom, everybody got it in them. But everybody tend to lack that good tunnel vision. We can talk a big game, big dreams, gonna get them. But then we acting weak shit like a euphemism. Oh, I gotta work, I gotta skip the club, I gotta skip the Netflix, chill, no love. Now I'm gonna put my foot down, you could be the judge. But I'm thinking fuck enough is enough. In the time that I've watched Narcos and Stranger Things, in place of Always Sunny and the Get Down Kids Sing, instead of Rick and Morty, American Horror Story, Walking Dead, Suits, Ted, and some Game of Thrones kings. I could've wrote the line that's so clever that you laughed. I could've buckled down and then practiced this rap. I could've built my own house of cards out of nothing else but bars. I could've made a fucking album and a half. I'm so tired of excuses. Lazy dreamers, never doers. Tired of excuses. Yeah, we all hate that bullshit. And nobody can save you from the bottom of the well. So you gon' have to climb out yourself. I could've made a fucking album and a half. Let's go! But I didn't, and you didn't either. You didn't travel or audition for the theater. You got a man you despise, you still putting up with lies, and your girlfriend's a bitch. You won't leave her. You won't leave the job that you hate and wanna quit. You didn't take the time to make time for your kids. You were too tired, too pressed, too stressed, too lit. Only talk blah blah, never did. Remember growing up, little artist you could draw, but got caught up in the thinking of thinking that that's a flaw. And then year after year lacked action, passed on the passion, a gasping, heart rub raw. You could sweep it away like a dust bunny. Try and hide from the world that you lost something. You can grind days at the desk for some hush money, but you'll be bankrupt regardless of funding. I'm so tired of excuses. Lazy dreamers, never doers. Tired of excuses. Yeah, we all hate that bullshit. And nobody can save you from the bottom of the well. So you gon' have to climb out yourself. 2, 3, let's go. Dude, I'm so close. No, wait, when you starting? Today or tomorrow? What you say? Alright, fuck it, next May. Like, I'm pretty busy, I don't have the time. And my sleep is not great, can't remember my rhymes. I need new equipment, so I've got to save. But I just quit my job, man, I felt like a slave. The timing ain't right, I'm kinda not feeling it. But in a year or two, I'ma be killing it. Pull out my hair at these damn conversations. I like your BS like my ball sack on razors. I need your excuses like nips full of tasers. So clear up that vision, I'll spot you the LASIK. Kills me to see y'all tie your own noose. Like life is this engine, you fucking caboose. My old man in college had it rougher than you. Quadriplegic, collegiate, what's your fucking excuse?
Procrastinate, I'll do it tomorrow. Then I jack off for about 5 hours. Look in the mirror and see my sorrow. Fucking depressed, I need some meds. How can I work? My head is pounding. Drank too much, consumed a fountain. Smoke so much, they call me a chimney. Too many problems, gotta be kidding me. Stuck with the kid and I can't really pay. Stuck at a job with the minimum wage. I can't do my dreams, I'm trapped in a cycle. Fuck long hours that'll make you psycho. I got no talent.
Just tell me that you practice.
It's not like that, I can't find time. I can't write songs and I have no rhyme. So fuck you guys and goodbye.
I think we just made a song complaining about complaining.
I
was walking through the desert, searching for the truth. Left everything behind me, went looking out for you. Walking through the daylight and sleep under the moon. Watch every single sighting, a mirage just seems to move. You're 1,000 miles away, but if you come while I'm away, stay tonight, stay tonight. You're 1,000 miles away, but if you come while I'm away, stay tonight, stay tonight, yeah, stay tonight. If you come while I'm away, yeah, stay tonight, stay tonight, stay tonight. Went swimming in the ocean, don't know which one it was. I was diving to the bottom, searching for your love. I heard it was a treasure no one has ever seen. You hide inside a locket, buried in the sand beneath. You're 1,000 miles away, but if you come while I'm away, stay tonight, stay tonight. You're 1,000 miles away, but if you come while I'm away, stay tonight, stay tonight, yeah, stay tonight. If you come while I'm away, yeah, stay tonight.